I'm here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of this nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change into sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I'll
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here tonight. We're back here, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and this is the Cup Series here, Indianapolis, Indiana. And I know last night I messed up and said North Carolina, so I kind of got a little happy. But nope, we're in Indiana, so don't sweat. Up here at the Indy here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. The iBog race here tonight. That's the sponsor here, Jason Allison and the company out there. Check those guys out. They do awesome overlays. If anybody ever watched Dre Broadcast or Max Speed TV, or those two, watch their overlays and their tickers and all. And he's actually even helped me out too on a lot of my stuff. He's helping me out right now on some designs, but he does like a lot of the ticker stuff and all that for the overlays that we get to use for a lot of the broadcasts. Great guy, man. Check him out. Jason Allen, ibog.io or .com. I know it's ibog. My bad. I'll get the website for this broadcast over with. But anyways, also want to welcome our OSR Network title sponsor, TN Designs, Racing Designs and Graphics. TN Designs, check them out on Facebook. Look for a paint on iRacing for your car, truck, hey, dirt car, anything like that. Check those guys out, man. They'll get you set up. But man, tonight we have got the best. I say it all the time, but this is the deal. The best of the best here of ExtremeMotorsports99.com has to offer, because these guys, folks, man, we have got, man, a jam-packed powerhouse teams out here in this Cup Series. And let me say this right now, just got 40 car field. That's right. That's probably one of the biggest fields I think we've had broadcasted at ExtremeMotorsports99.com since I've been here, that I know of. But nonetheless, I'm Joe White. I'm up here in the OSR Network booth, accompanied as always by Ryan W. Daniels. Ryan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Joe. Getting ready to call what is setting up to be, with all these cars and all these awesome drivers, to be, at least I think, absolutely enjoyable and exciting event.
Absolutely. Want to welcome all the viewers out there as always, man. This is awesome. Hey, nice to see, man, some of the guys out there, man. We got Dre out there, and he's checking out more what's going on. Got Pioneer out there. That's Ethan Kurtz, if I'm not mistaken there. Got UNC Racer. That's the number. Oh, that's Tyler Sifford, Mr. Popularity himself.
Yeah, I got to take a look. I'm trying to get the stream up on my phone so I can interact with the chat. But, yeah, I think you're right. I believe that's Tyler Sifford.
It is. Yeah, I just had to remember who it was. Well, actually, plus he also said the number 7 says host broadcast goes good. So it kind of helped me out. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. We're trying to get stuff working. I'm having malfunctions.
That's fine, man. We understand. Ryan's always having malfunctions.
Ryan's having some pain issues.
Yeah, Ryan's having technical difficulties. But I'm going to tell you what. On pole, if I got this right, Ethan Lane. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this, but who is Ethan Lane?
I don't know.
That's a good...
I think he's a new guy.
Yeah, he must be new. Well, Blake Reynolds. Who's that? See? We're going to have to do some investigating. Well, they might go eastbound and down tonight. They're definitely going to be trucking. I'll tell them that right there. It's to name a few. But, yeah, we're going to find out who these Ethan Lane guys is, because we're going to get a talk with him if we can. Yeah, Pioneer's out there. He is new. Ethan used to be on Zero Gravity Racing, I believe. Okay.
So he's another really fast guy.
So, well, that's a good assumption, right? I like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be on Zero Gravity, that means you got to be associated with Superman, and if Superman's up there flying, you're going to have to be able to keep up with him, I would say.
Yeah, that's true. Well, speaking of Superman, you saw it. I didn't get to see it in qualifying. You said he hit the wall, and he is sitting 37th, folks. Man, I tell you what, his season's not been what it is, but hey, when you've got the amount of drivers we've got here, and the talent level has just raised so much. It's unbelievable, and it's going to be tough. Bobby Chaney, the defending champ here, he's right here, and he's sitting 18th. Call him Mr. Consistency. Had a pretty good finish last season, or last week, and wow, I mean, and then our Daytona winner, Jimmy Mullis, sitting there in 13th.
Yeah, this is very true. These guys looking looking to see what they can do early on in the season. Unfortunately, one of the guys that we have seen the first number of races that I don't see tonight is actually the 71 of Colton Davis, and I'm wondering to myself just a little bit, did they cap the field at 40 drivers, and was Colton maybe not able to get in?
That's a good question. And yeah, folks, we're not lying. 40 bad, fast machines out here. Man, that's a lot. That is, I tell you what we're going to do, because how much time we got, Ryan?
Oh, we have 3 minutes until they grid, sir.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. We got such a huge field. Well, I can wait. I was going to go through the grid order earlier, but nah, anyway, we can get through because it's a big track. This thing is huge. We got 77 laps here tonight at Indianapolis. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And as always, OSR Network, we're live YouTube, Facebook, live Twitch, and Twitter. And man, I want to bring in here our title sponsor tonight, TN Designs, but we're here. This one here for Extreme Motorsports tonight. iBog overlays, iRacing overlays and graphics. That's what's presented by tonight on this track here. And it'd be awesome. I was hoping that old Jason Allison would be in the team speak. Maybe we could get a talk with him, let him talk a little bit about his awesome graphics arts ability.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate not to see him in here, but right now, you might be carrying the banner tonight, Joe, with the whole paint schemes thing, because I have tried getting trading paints to work, and I've got about less than half the field working right now. I don't know if it's because of the size of the field, or
well, if they're in the pits, they won't update.
No, I mean, I've been refreshing and everything, trying to make sure people are out on track using their qualifying laps. Like, for example, we know John Wimbish usually drives that Army-looking machine, and I got him in a white car with yellow lightning bolts, so that's definitely not right.
Absolutely. Well, last week, folks, you saw a thriller at Kansas City, and it was an awesome race. You also got to hear something special. Ryan got to hear it. Me and old Rick Donovan went 1 for 1 on a lap there, and that was just fun. That's all I got to say. That was just awesome. I told Rick, I said, maybe need to do a little bit more of that. Maybe next time do a couple laps or something. Unfortunately, the caution blew and kind of cut it short, but that was fun to do.
Yeah, it was definitely entertaining to be up here and be able to listen to it as well, as you said, and definitely going to be looking to see, tonight what these Extreme Cup drivers are going to bring to the table, as we've mentioned. But we got about 50 seconds until we grid.
Absolutely. Well, about 50 seconds right here till we grid up tonight. Indianapolis. We had the Xfinity Series last night. Tom Whitmore, he went 2 for 2, 1 in the trucks, 1 in the Xfinity. He's looking to do a 3 for tonight. The trifecta here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, which from my knowledge has never been done. Now, I could be wrong, and if I am, please somebody correct me. If Rick is out there watching or anything, correct me on if anybody has done 3 different series in the same week. I mean, I know there's been people win in 3 different series, obviously, but in the same week, 3 different series, 3 different cars, and 2 cars in a truck.
Yeah, well, 3 different divisions nonetheless, and Tom Wetmore, we heard him last night say that he had never driven on this track, not just in an Xfinity car, but in any car alone, and was able to bring home the win. And so far tonight, it looks like Tom is going to be doing everything he can. He's got that 6 machine qualified in the 9th spot, so maybe Tom can do it. He'd be the only guy so far in Extreme Motorsports 99 history to be able to make that, to be able to do what not even Jake Nichols can claim that he's done here at Extreme, and that's winning all 3 series in the same weekend.
All right, well, let's get through this grid in order because it is huge. 40-car field here tonight at Indianapolis. The man on pole, Ethan Lane, a newcomer here, putting it out on pole tonight. Blake Reynolds, another one right there, starting in 2nd. Keith Haney in 3rd. Tyler Laughlin, last week's winner, starting 4th. Devin Smirker right there in 5th. Ryan Key starting 6th. Alan J. Elwood 7th. Mike Rominger, we call him Mr. Extreme, man, for a reason. One of the crafty veterans here, past champ, starting 8th. Tom Whitmore, we was talking about him right there. I got that Dre broadcasting machine looking good, starting 9th. Nick Northrup right there in 10th. As we look through the rest of this field here, Ryan, well, I say it week in and week out, star-studded, but I'm going to say bad, fast machines here tonight with some angry drivers behind the wheel with a lot of talent at their fingertips also as we go through here. Man, talk about exciting.
Yeah, and another thing you want to mention about exciting, you look at the back of the pack. Not only is Jake Nichols going to start in 36th position tonight, but back there with him, Tyler Ducharme going to start in 39th, and Cameron Hearn going to start in dead last in 40th. So those three alone coming from the back to the front. We watched Nate Trito do it last night in the Xfinity division. Going to be definitely interesting to see how these three manage their way through the field. And we know that 25 can be aggressive, so it ought to be cool to watch Tyler and Cameron and Jake all push their way through this field and try to get themselves the first win of the season.
Absolutely. Well, folks, you're going to have to be patient with me tonight as I'm going to try to bring every bit of the action I can throughout this field and get everything we can, because there's probably going to be action up front, middle, and the back all through here. Ryan's going to help me out with a lot of what's going on. We're about to set here. We're gridding up here, folks, as the pace car's taking them cars off. Oh, look at that. He's already burning the tires down on that thing, taking them out of there. Looking very good as he's doing it, folks. Listen to the roar of them engines here tonight, because it is all about horsepower, and we've got plenty of it on this racing surface at Indianapolis Speedway. 40-car field here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And Ryan, if you don't think I'm not pumped up about to call this action, well, might want to call a doctor or something.
Well, I don't think I need to call the doctor for you, and I'm fairly convinced that calling doctor up here for somebody in North Carolina wouldn't do you much good anyway, my friend.
Absolutely. I see them enough. They know who I am.
You guys got to be on a first-name basis, right?
Heck yeah, man. I see them like every 3 months. It's terrible. Just terrible.
It's terrible. It's terrible, terrible, terrible.
Well, right now, what's not going to be terrible is listening to the roar of these motors take off around this huge track here tonight for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And I'm going to love every bit of this one, man, because it's going to be awesome as we're getting set here to go green flag, folks. Hope everything sounds good, looks good on y'all's end, because, well, this is about to be bad fast here. 40 machines about to roar to life here and get it done around the Indianapolis Speedway for the iBog. Iracing Overlay and Graphics, Indianapolis Speedway, ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series.
Yeah, this one's going to be exciting. I'm going to do everything I can, Joe, because I know obviously with your shots you'll be able to see the front better than I if I'm riding out back. So I'll try to keep everything in check in the back of the pack for you.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, try to keep what's going on, man. Let me know if there's a lot of action. Right now, pace cars in. Here we go. The man out front there tonight, Ethan Lane. He's about to hammer through the gears right there behind him. Slow, steady, slow, steady. Green flag in the air here. Lap 1 is complete here almost as they storm off down into turn number 1. Ethan Lane, Blake Reynolds right there, neck and neck as they take off down into the turn. Folks, you got to be careful here because, hey, a lot of power. They're already 3 and 2 wide, Ryan.
Yeah, they are, and these boys are going to be pushing it really, really hard. These machines are tight from everything that I've heard from these drivers early on, and 40 cars storming down the back straightaway. The 59 of James Thorndike. We got a huge checkup back middle of the field here. The 15, the 38, and a couple other cars checked up big time after that 3-wide battle in turn 1 and 2, and extended all the way now through 3 and 4.
Boy, I'm back here with you right here in the back because it is a hornet's nest and a dog fight going on. They're 2 deep back here, side by side, all the way back. Almost 3 wide, storming on the front stretch, coming here to complete lap number 1 here of 77 tonight. Indianapolis Speedway, ExtremeMotorsports99.com.
Yeah, these boys are fighting back here big time. We know how big these starts can be, getting every single position out on that track that you can. And if you're deep in the field, like somebody like the 15 of Cody Pace, it is maybe not go time, obviously, because it's nowhere near the end of the race, but it is a battle to pick up as many spots as you can. We see Cody Pace back here battling 3 wide with the 28 of Ryan Keats and the 9 of Aiden Young. Ryan Keats going to back out of that battle in the middle, thinking better of it early on, and these boys continue to fight back here as out in front. Blake Reynolds is taking the lead over the 23 of Ethan Lane.
Yeah, he's taking the lead right there over Ethan Lane. He's setting sail about 2/10 right here. You're talking about in the back. Delonte Ballard's in 13. Bobby Cheney's right there, door to door, neck and neck with him. Behind him, though, they got Justin Gable, Tyler Sifford, Mr. Popularity. So we got a couple, I'm going to say crafty veterans here at Extreme Motorsports. Are side by side dueling it out back there. Good racing all throughout this field. Just trying to keep up with what's going on. But you're right, Blake Reynolds still the man out there. Let's give the folks, man, an idea of where old Tom Whitmore is. He is sitting in the 8th spot, and he is actually right there side by side.
Yes, it is. It is a good battle side by side there with the number 6 eyeball machine for Tom Wetmore running on the outside lane. Inside of him is the 41, the Nightmare of David Shutt. And it looks like Mr. Extreme Mike Romans is going to try to follow suit as they go through turn 3. But Tom Wetmore is going to be able to get back to the bottom and try to get back behind and get the slingshot around the 41 car.
Yeah, he is. The man's taking that Dre broadcast now. They're all single file on a freight train coming down the front stretch here. Lap 477 here on the books tonight. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. We're at Indianapolis here, folks, and it's going to be a barn burger. 40-car field here. That's what we're talking about. The man out front, Blake Reynolds. He is looking very good with Ethan Lane right there in second. Tyler Laughlin third. Keith Haney fourth. David Smirka rounds out your top 5.
Yeah, these guys out here running really, really hard right now, doing everything they can, as we said, getting up all these spots. But now we're starting to set into the run. You're starting to see those leaders start to spread out just a little bit more, lap after lap, 4 laps into the run. And as we mentioned, these cars being tight. Now, I don't know if these cars are going to loosen up over the course of the run or if they're going to continue to get tighter. But if that is in fact the case, tires are going to be definitely key here later on the run. Some of these guys might just be better off saving some of their stuff early.
Yep, absolutely. Right now we're riding back here because we're riding along with Cody Pace. He's got a little damage on the front end of that machine. Looks like he might have just snagged somebody a little bit, something we didn't see.
And just as an update for you, Joe, Jake Nichols, who started in the 36th position, has currently worked his way all the way up to 24th and is now battling side by side with the 33 of Ranford Brown.
Absolutely. Well, that's where I'm back. I'm back here in about 19th, 20th spot here because that's where a lot of the action's going on. Because up front, I mean, like I say, we're just going to try to fan through the best we can in this field. It's a 40-car field here, folks. A lot of action. These guys might get fanned out, and the next thing they'll be door to door. You know, Ryan's looking at one thing, trying to keep up the action for us, man. I'm looking through the field here, but you're right. Jake Nichols moving up to 22nd spot. Looking good. It's right there. Aiden Young looks like he's on the move. He moves up in the top 20.
Yes, he does. Aiden Young battling just in front of Jake here, battling with Jake's teammate. Oh, the 33 of Ranford Brown got into turn 1 really hard, and the 33 had to go went up and slap the wall. Looks like he's going to be okay, and he's going to go high again. Ethan Kurtz also doing the same thing now in turn 2. Some of these guys seem to be having some kind of a problem as Jake is going to make the pass on the number 9 of Aiden Young.
Well, they looks like they got a little tight. That's what we was talking about earlier on. Got a little tight, washed up to the wall there. Hey, Waylon, what's going on out there, man? Welcome everybody here. You want to ask what happened to Jake? Jake actually spun, hit the wall in his qualifying, got it disallowed. Obviously, now that's how iRacing goes. And he had to start like at 37th spot. As far as John T. Wimmis goes, he is out here in this field, and right now he is currently 34th sitting on the field. So just trying to pace himself, learn what he can out here. Blake Reynolds still the man on point. Just give you an update on Tom Whitmore. He's sitting in 9th, and those two new guys, we're going to have to find out who they are before it's over with. On those, I'm really interested. Well, we might find out at the end of the race if they stay 1-2, Ryan.
That is for sure. I mean, heck, if they stay in the top 3, we're definitely going to get the opportunity to figure out who they are. And Blake and Ethan right now looking like they got some pretty stout automobiles out in front. And they're probably hoping this race continues to stay green because 7 laps in this field, while everybody is pretty much nose to tail, we're seeing some brief side-by-side action, but basically only when people are making passes. So looking like the people who are saving their tires are better off as of this time, as you're starting to see guys like, for example, Aiden Young, who made a lot of passes on the initial start, is now coming under fire from the 28 of Ryan Keese and the 15 of Cody Pace.
Yep, right there, Ryan Keese on the inside makes the pass as they head off into the turn. Aiden's on the outside. He's going to have to give way there to Cody Pace. Man, that's another newcomer here this season, looking good. Looks like Aiden's just a little bit off. Car might be a little tight for him out there right now. So you got a good grandstand shot here. Again, want to welcome everybody here We're ExtremeMotorsports99.com for the iBog, iRacing overlay graphics. I don't know what the mileage part is, but either way, it's for the iBog here in Indianapolis tonight. And then our proud sponsored OSR network here, TN Designs, Racing Designs and Graphics. So 40-car star-studded field, Ryan. And boy, these guys right now, wow.
Yeah, that is for sure. And we talked about Jake Nichols moving through the field. Another guy to keep an eye on. We talked about him earlier. Cameron Hearn started dead smack last in the 40th spot. He has currently worked his way up to the 22nd position, about to make the move on the 15 of Cody Pace to get into 21st. So half the field already, the 67 has had to pass, and he's looking strong in that Peachtree Pool and Spas Chevrolet for the Alliance Racing Group.
Well, he's got a lot of time to do it. It's only lap 9 of 77, so if he paces himself, he should be able to be okay and shouldn't have not a problem here tonight here at Indianapolis. Let's go back up front real quick. This was back there. That's old Blake Reynolds. He's up front there. He's got Ethan Lane, Tyler Laughlin right there behind him in third place. Keith Haney, that's another one, boy, has really stepped up here lately and been doing good. And look at old Jimmy Mullis putting it back up there in the 5th spot.
Yeah, that is for sure. Jimmy Mullis hanging around the top 5, as you just said, running right behind Keith Haney, who last night we saw be really impressive in that Xfinity race. Thought he might have had a chance to win it at one point, but unfortunately circumstances did not go his way. But Jimmy Mullis looking to apply some pressure on the back end of that 24 machine here as we continue to clock off laps. Also looking through the top 10 as well. Devin Smirker in that 26 machine started last week here, I believe. I can't remember if he ran Daytona or not in that 26 car, but Devin's also looking good in that Budweiser King of Beers machine.
It is. Got Elvis on there, and he is definitely singing a tune here tonight. He's singing all 8 cylinders flying around Indianapolis Speedway here, number 26. But he's under the rest, man, there. He's got Mike Rominger, Mr. Extreme, on the inside. Right behind him, though, you got William Hale. Boy, that's a name we ain't said in a long time, but looking strong so far.
That is very true. William Hale, one of those guys who's been around here at Extreme for a while, was not here last season, but I did get the chance to race with William a couple seasons ago, and William is a very strong driver, making the switch from Ford to Toyota this season here in ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and that Hale Industries 62 machine looking very strong.
Absolutely, looking good. But look right behind him, though. Delonte Ballard, the showstopper. And you can't count out Mr. Consistency himself. That's the past champ here, the reigning defending champ, Bobby Chaney from SRA. And those boys, hey, don't count out SRA. They brought over some other heavy hitters with them here. They said, hey, guys, if y'all going to have some new guys come in, we're going to bring a few more over here from ours. So, right now, looking very good.
Yeah, that is for sure. These guys out here running really, really strong so far, and you're right. A lot of new faces and new drivers out here so far tonight. And all I'm gonna say is, we may not know who Blake Reynolds and Ethan Lane are, but they are very, very stout. They are about 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the cars in this field right now, and it's not as though they're 3 seconds ahead of guys that are in like 20th. They're 3 seconds ahead of last week's winner, Keith Haney, Jimmy Mullis, guys who we know for a fact are pro drivers here on iRacing.
Absolutely. Well, Jimmy Mullis has been able to pull his machine. He started 13th, currently sitting 4th right there. He's right behind Keith Haney, who is trying to hold pace in 3rd spot. But you're right, those two cats up front, and that's 66 and 23. And we asked what team they were in. I guess now we actually probably could peek down here and probably just kind of, let's see where they at. Let's see where they're sitting at.
The 66 or
well, Blake Reynolds is in Law Dog, and Ethan Lane is sitting in Ethan Lane. I'm looking. Hang on, man.
I am too.
I don't see.
I don't see. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see him either.
Unless he's under a different name that we just don't know. Well, I saw Blake Reynolds. He's sitting down there, Law Dog. He's down there with Bryce Senesack, Tom Whitmore, Nick Hunt, Patrick Mallet, Blake Reynolds, and Mike Franklin. They're all sitting there. But yeah, I don't see Ethan Lane.
Ethan Lane is in the Cup lobby.
Ah, okay. All right, well, then the reason I was saying that is because I was about sitting here saying maybe they were teammates because they're working together quite well. But, yeah, folks, we're going to find out some about these guys, who they are.
Yeah, we may be 3 races in the season. There's still a lot we don't know about a lot of these drivers, and it's going to be interesting as the season continues to continue to learn. They say you learn something new every day. Well, each and every week we're out here trying to learn as much as we can about these guys, and so far tonight we have a lot more questions than we have answers.
Absolutely. Well, right now the question we got is, can Jimmy Mullis overtake Keith Haney right there for that 3rd spot as he's on his back decklift? Look behind him, though, Alan J. Elwood. We definitely know that cat knows how to get something done. He's very fast, and right now he is pulling up on the back end there of Jimmy Mullis and say, hey, look, I want to give a thing. Because right now, Ryan, we're at lap 15. What we're looking at, tires might come into a factor here. The guys that saved the most tires, yeah, might be the ones start coming to the front.
And that is for sure. We were talking about comers and goers before. Great example of this, and looking back, Mike Franklin started in 35th spot since the drop of the green. Oh, and we have a caution out, and it is a big, I don't know if it's a big crash, but oh, now it's a big crash. It wasn't that big, and now it just got worse. And I believe it started with the 15 of Cody Pace.
All right, well, let's go back on Cody Pace here and see if I can find him. Hate to see that because he's one of the new ones. I know he's tore up sitting in the lobby right there, so let's go back on him here and watch the replay. Let the viewers see what happened. Excuse me, just see what happened on his end. Oh, him and Bryce Senesac just a little bit got together, man. Good evasive move by everybody not to, oh, yeah, that was a big one. The 38, nowhere to go. The 87, nowhere to go. And the 11 back there, kind of just, victims of circumstance, basically.
Yeah, not too sure what happened there. It looked like the 15 was content to lock it down and maybe just let off the brakes for a split second. Think he was going to drift to the inside and just wasn't quite clear with those guys behind him. So, unfortunate, wrong place, wrong time there for those guys that happened to get on the side of him. And that includes the 39 of John Wimbish, who is all kinds of tore up in that 39 machine.
Hate to see that on his end. Definitely was looking good there, and
but I think this might give us the opportunity we were looking for, Joe, to try to get a talk with either Blake Reynolds or Ethan Lane.
That's right, it will. So let's see if we can't get a hold of old Blake Reynolds, because he's our pole man right now, or well, leader anyways.
Alrighty.
Blake Reynolds, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Blake, I tell you what, looking very good in that number 66 machine out there, the Canes chicken fingers. I'm just looking at your paint job. That's awesome. Nice looking paint job in that Toyota Camry. Well, tell us a little bit really quick about yourself, because to my knowledge, you're kind of new here to Extreme, because me and Ryan was up here wondering, like, well, who's these new guys up here dominating here in the Cup Series?
Well, I don't know. I've been in other leagues with a couple of my friends in here, and we've just been. He's been telling me for months, oh, this is awesome league, Extreme Motorsports, and it's like, it's a really smooth league, it's very well run. I'm like, I don't know. So I finally made time for it, and I was able to get some time to run the Cup Series. So, yeah, it's been pretty good so far.
Well, absolutely. Well, as fast as you are, I gotta ask, are you considered one of the? Because there's a lot of pro drivers in here, so there's a lot of talent sitting on this roster, and we did find out, like with Jimmy Mullis and Tyler Laughlin on them guys. So I gotta ask, are you one of those pro style drivers?
Yes, I am. I'm in the Peak Anti-Free series.
Ah, okay, good deal. Well, that's awesome. I got to say that. I mean, that's just awesome. Well, welcome to ExtremeMotorsports99.com from OSR Network, because right now you got a bad, fast machine in that 66 right there and looking good out here at Indianapolis tonight. So, Blake, good luck. Hope to see you at lap 77.
All right, thank you.
That's all I got to say on that. Ryan, before it's over with, we're going to have peak antifreeze too at extrememotorsports99.com.
Are you sure we don't already? I'm really questioning that.
Yeah, wow. Somebody in the chat get a hold of Iracing.com, because, man, we have just got a star-studded house over here. That is awesome, though. I've got to give my hats off to Rick Donathan and company here at Extreme Motorsports 99 for being able to get drivers over here like that. And it's just awesome. And the level of competition here is growing. And, folks, if, hey, I'll be the first to admit it, I don't have anywhere near the talent to compete with these guys. Wouldn't even want to try, but I definitely would want to learn from them. So with that said, if you want to get out here and learn from a lot of these guys, definitely come. But what I'm starting to see too, Ryan, and what we saw on that lone flag there before that caution, was amount of patience out here now. This is starting to become a league where patience and finishing a complete race is king over flat-out performance and aggressive driving.
That is for sure, and I think we kind of saw that last year with, 2 seasons ago, Jake Nichols won, 10 races and won the championship. That championship was won by Jake winning races. Last year, Jake won 9 races, almost the same amount, and, yet he still lost the championship by 1 point to a very consistent Bobby Chaney. And I think this year we've already seen 2 different winners, but those winners know, Tyler Laughlin and Jimmy Mullis, they know already the type of talent that's in here. Obviously, they run in the Peak Series. They understand who they're racing against. Wins aren't going to cut it. You're going to have to be the guys that miss these wrecks, that can keep your car at the front and be as good as you possibly can every single lap. And it's one of those things where I think it's a trend, like you just said. We're seeing a lot more consistent driving, a lot more patience being key. And really, you talked about learning. Green flag laps, constant green flag laps, getting the opportunity to feel the car is the best thing you can have if you are a driver who is here to learn, like somebody maybe like Aiden Young or John Wimbish or maybe even Matt Walzenbach, who is self-admitted not that great in a cup car. And so far this season, it's looking like guys who want experience are going to get a heck of a lot of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And right there, I'm going to tell you, because there's some bad fast drivers. We didn't know who Blake Reynolds is, but hey, welcome to ExtremeMotorsports99.com there, young man, because you definitely know, we know now who he is. Man's actually is a pro-style driver here, and he's dominating good. Got Alan J.L. Wood on the outside there. Jimmy Mullis, we already know who that is. He's a Daytona winner here at season opener at Extreme here in the Cup Series. We know he races in the Peak Antifreeze Pro Series. That's another one. Keith Haney's up there in fourth. And Ethan Lane right there sitting fifth. We'll find out who he is here as we go on here in the race.
Yeah, that is for sure. I do know one thing. Ethan Lane going to have to improve those pit stops. He came in a little bit hot. That first one had to back up in his box, dropped from second back to fifth. Not too bad, respectively, but still track position being so key here. That 23 machine going to need to try to get that car slowed down trying to come to the pit box next time they come in.
Yeah, and I got a feeling here as we get set to go back, green flag racing is going to be lap 20 of 77. Folks, hang on to your hats because it's a thriller so far. We got a 40-car field here, and it is star-studded. You're right. Definitely a barn burner. These guys are showing patience, poise, and awesome driving skill out here. As the pace car's in, Blake Reynolds right there is going to hammer through the gears. He puts it to the floor here, and he's set sail. Green flag in the air. Lap 20 here is complete of 77 tonight. For the iBog, iRacing, and overlay graphics here in Indianapolis. And we're in the caution real quick.
Yes, we had a huge crash on the restart.
Did you see who it was by chance?
It actually, I'd hate to call him out, but it started with my boy, Aiden. Kind of tried to get a jump on the guy in front of him, had to check up, and everybody behind him, accordion effect.
All right, well, let's go back on the replay and give the viewers here a chance to see that right fast. As we was watching here from the grandstand view here, that restart, oh yeah, looks like, yeah, somebody just spun the tires. It actually looked like a 51 or somebody back there. Or
yeah, 51
41, 41. No, that's 40. Oh, that was David Shutt that actually burnt the tires off of it on the restart. Let's go back and watch it again here real quick because get a little closer view of what happened to him here. He's closing up the field, closing up. The 81's going. just watching the replay here again as pace car's in. Yeah, Eden checked up and 41 checked up. When he did, he was spinning tires trying to get that thing straight. Problem is, wow, yeah, the 51 was there and David Shutt got involved. 15 was involved. Man, it just was one of those deals where, yeah, you're right, unfortunate. Car in front kind of checks up. And then here's another thing. Cautions breed cautions.
Yeah, that is for sure. And one of the things that's going to lend itself to the cautions here is how long this front straightaway is from the time that that pace car dips in to the time that the green flag is actually shown to these guys. And that's going to make it tough. We may see this more than once tonight with these guys checking up on restarts. We're not used to restarting 40 cars just about every single restart, so something these boys are going to have to pay attention to, and definitely something that may need to be watched and try to be taken care of as this race goes on.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I think that might be able to give us a chance to get a talk with old Ethan Lane.
All right, I'll pull him up for you.
Ethan Lane's Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Ethan, I tell you, looking good in that 23 machine. Now, I'm showing you in a black car. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I've had problems trading paints before, and I know there's a glitch with the Xfinity car, so just want to make sure that's right. So you've got the Midnight Rider running around out there in the number 23 machine. Looking good in that Ford. Sitting 6th right now. You was looking good earlier on. Had a little mishap pit there. No harm, no foul, though. You'll get back up there. Real quick, though, tell us a little bit about yourself, because me and Ryan's up here going, hey, who's Ethan Lane?
I used to be on Zero Gravity Racing. I departed with them about a week or two ago. I was thinking about getting rid of Iracing, just being done with it. It just wasn't fun. Found this league, wanted to try it out, and it's definitely got some competition, and it's fun for sure so far.
Well, absolutely. You talking about competition. You want competition? I found out that this season has just, well, I think they threw a seed in the ground and put some water on it and then just sprouted it all over the place. But I got to ask this question because we asked the last one. Would you perhaps be a pro driver?
I am not, no. I tried to go for pro back in 2016 during the official pro series. Didn't make it, had some issues off season, so.
So, but in other words, though, you are close, though, so that's good. So you definitely, but you're showing the talent out there. That's why I bring that up, and just kind of I want to get to know the guys too. I mean, because we got a star-studded field here. You think you got the car, man, to bring it home here tonight?
I don't know. I know we definitely have a top 3 car. Blake's definitely really quick. Before that first caution, it felt like he was kind of falling back to me after that 15-lap run. So we got to see what we have on the long run here.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what. Hope to see you at lap 77 there, Ethan. Good talking with you.
All right, thank you.
Well, Ryan, I tell you, that's another one right there. Got a lot of talent, and no, not every one of them is pro drivers here, folks, in the league, but we do have a lot of them. But with that said, we have a lot of talent here. I mean, that's the thing. We have just a slew of talent, and seems like we're still in a caution. And this is last night, big track, long cautions. We might get us another chit chat in with somebody if you want to. How about Alan J. Elwood?
All right, I was actually going to say Alan or maybe William Hale.
Yeah, because he's got a fan club out there.
All right, well, we will grab Alan Elwood. If I can find him, that is.
Yeah, there you go. He's hiding in TeamSpeak somewhere.
Shh, be very quiet. I'm hunting Elwoods.
That wasn't funny. Nah.
Oh, come on, I tried. I tried really hard on that one.
That's cool.
I found it. He's down there with the Alliance Racing Group.
Oh, okay.
They got themselves another one.
Alan J. Elwoods, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, welcome back here to ExtremeMotorsports99.com. We know who you are very well. Last season's winner and Extreme Motorsports 99 Xfinity Series champ. But you're looking good in that number 5 machine out here at Indy. How's the car feel? How do you think the chances are tonight bringing it home?
Compared to practice, chances look pretty good right now. The setup is not to my liking, to be honest. It's really tight. It causes you to be very patient with the throttle. You got to really let the car just rotate on its own through the center off, get back on the gas. But just wish it was a little looser, but nothing we can't try and maintain. So the longer the run goes, I think we're in better shape.
Well, absolutely. Good assessment there, man. I tell you what, you got a fan club out there. Jeff Elwood out there says hello, and he says, look at that PPC ride.
That's my dad. PPC is a big supporter of our race team, so glad to have them aboard for sure.
Awesome. Good deal, man. I love to see the family members out there watching the drivers. That's just awesome. Well, good luck tonight, Alan. Hope to see you at lap 77.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, Ryan. Well, see, that's what I love that. Family members out there in the chat supporting on the drivers. Haven't seen Becky in a while, though. I don't know where she's been at. But, family members out there is awesome. We're still in the caution. Oh, now to answer your question, Jeff, yes, that is Delonte Ballard out there, by the way.
Here's an idea.
What's that?
Well, we're looking for some new names to talk to. How about Devin Smirker?
That's fine with me. Go for it. I'll let you talk to him.
All right. Gotta find him again.
Yep. Just make it really quick, because I think we might be going back green this next time.
Well, you know what? Since I believe you're right, we're coming to the green. We'll have it wait until the next caution.
Okay, that's fine.
If we have another caution, as you like to say, we don't want to see one of those, but and curse you, Ryan, for bringing it up. But
that's terrible.
Joe mentioned it. He's the one that's a cautions precautions, guys. And look what it has brought to us.
It is. Well, it has brought us a star-studded field. It's brought us, man, guys that are still packed up. It was interesting to hear what Alan said there about the car being loose, because we've been sitting here talking about being tight. So that is interesting to hear what he's saying, that the car's kind of loose on the setup. So maybe that's why some of these guys are being a little patient like they are. But we'll have to see as the run goes on. It mightn't be loose right now. Tighten up as that run goes on.
Well, actually, I could be wrong. I believe he actually said that the car was tight and that it was loosening up as the run went on. It's beginning to favor him more as the tires get older. But he said that the setup is naturally tight this evening, and that they're having to wait on the car coming out of the corners, which is why some of these guys are getting such that spread out deal. The guys that are better at letting that car roll are the ones that are able to keep it up front.
Yep, absolutely. Right now, Blake Reynolds, man, out front. He's got Jimmy Mullis. That was Daytona winner. He's trying to make sure, hey, look, I'm not just a plate track racer. I can come out here, man, and run with the best of them at the best here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. I want to welcome everyone out here tonight because, like I said, I've said a million times, I really can mean it this time, though. Star-studded field, bad fast drivers and bad fast cars. That's what I like saying, because, man, these things are monsters, and they are about to put these monsters to roar here in a second as that pace car is going to head off into turn number 4 and shoot down on the pace road there, pit road, excuse me, and let's set sail here. Jimmy Mullis and Blake Reynolds, the two out front. They're getting ready to do business here and hammer through the gears. Ryan, these guys are about to go as we're going to listen to 40 awesome drivers storm across the start-finish line here of lap 26 of 77. Folks, that is a beautiful sound if you love V8 horsepower.
That is for sure, and it looks like a much cleaner restart this time. These guys are able to get it spread out pretty quickly, as a matter of fact. Single file all the way, my goodness, I am tongue-tied this evening. I apologize. These guys getting single filed out already here at about mid-pack. I'm riding on board with the 67 of Cameron Hearn, who's running behind Mr. Consistency, Bobby Cheney, trying to keep that 67 car in the top 15, and Jake Nichols working his way to crack the top 10, but the 67 is going to get a bump as they go into turn 3.
Yeah, it is Tom Whitmore back there in the 8th spot. He's in a battle, though, along with Ethan Lane. He's got Delonte Ballard sitting in 9th. David Smirker right there. You talked about Superman. What's what we call Jake Nichols there, the 73. He's trying to bring it to the front side. He had to work his way all the way through traffic, but right on his back deck lid in his rear view mirror is a man who, man, gives him nightmares at night. at Bobby Cheney, and we're in the caution.
Yeah, it was a big crash. It all started right back where I was talking, the 67 and the 28 coming out of turn 3.
Well, let me find the 67 here, and we'll go back on there and let the viewers check out what happened. Unfortunately, yeah, he looks like a modified now out there. Unfortunately, hate it on his end here. Oh, need to go back a little further. We caught that in the middle of the action there. See what happened at the beginning here just a little bit. It looked like you just said, it looked like it was a huge one there from what we said. It was just a storm of cars back there, folks. I mean, they were battling it out tooth and nail. They were nose to tail coming, shooting down to one little short shoots here. Going into the turn there as we're watching the 67. Looks like he got a little loose, pushed up the track, almost to the wall. And boy, you want to talk about some net code. That was some terrible net code right there. Wow. And unfortunately, the 87 nowhere to go. 59 to James Thorndike nowhere to go. That's just how fast this field, or track, excuse me, closes up on someone. Before you know it, bam. But I'm going to tell you, if anybody just watched that angle I showed them right there, you're going to see that is one of the main issues with online racing is yes, net code happens, because you're probably looking at it going, wait a minute, that dude was a foot away from the other guy. How in the world? It happens.
Yeah, that's for sure. Netcode definitely played a factor in that one. And just to name, like you were doing there, rattling off some of the drivers involved, the 38 of Mason Wetzel, the 33 of Ranford Brown, 82 of Mike Franklin, who was working so hard to get through the field, the 59 of James Thorndike, and obviously the Netcode victim himself, Cameron Hearn there in the 67. Just nothing those guys could do, and a slew of others that were also involved there, unfortunately. But we have a new leader, Tom Wetmore.
Absolutely stayed out. Well, with that note, Ryan, I'm going to take a quick break myself. Won't be but a minute, but I'm going to let you sit up here and talk with all these awesome viewers, because we got several of them out there, and I'm going to keep it on our leader right here, Tom Wetmore, to travel around on the track. But I will be right back, folks.
Alrighty. All right, folks. Well, while Joe has stepped away for just a few moments, I'm going to take this opportunity, since we're focusing on him. Let's get a talk with the driver of the number 6 machine, Tom Wetmore, and see how this race, what he thinks he has to do now to be able to keep that 6 machine up front. Tom Wetmore, this is Ryan Daniels in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey Ryan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good tonight, Tom. You got that number 6 Toyota iBog machine out in front, and you've been able to keep it. You've been able to stay in the top 10 the majority of the race. Obviously, you stayed out under this caution to take the lead. You think you got what it takes in that Toyota to keep it up front and try to get yourself the clean sweep this week?
You know, I'm gonna give it all I got here. Car's really tight coming in and off turn 2 and 4, so definitely a tough car to drive and try to save tires at the same time. But we'll see if we got it up here.
All right. Well, we know you said last night that it was your first ever attempt at this track in that Xfinity car. You were able to bring home the win. Not doing too shabby right now for your second attempt at this track. So, me and Joe are going to wish you the best of luck the rest of the way in that number 6 machine.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. It means a lot. Got to give a huge thanks out to Dre Broadcasting and all the guys coming on board this car, and Jason Allison and his iBog team putting together the layouts that make their broadcasts work. I know you guys have an excellent team that do yours. It just goes to show what a great iRacing community we have here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, man. Thanks for all you guys do.
Well, thank you for coming up here and talking with us, Tom, and we hope to see you at lap 77.
Awesome, man. Take care. Have a great evening.
Thank you. You as well, my friend. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the driver of the number 6 machine, Tom Wetmore, still riding here under caution. I believe we'll be coming to the 1 to go this time by. Still taking a look through the field here. Think we can get in maybe one more interview, try to find somebody maybe we haven't had a chance to talk to yet this year, or at least this evening. I'm going to go down and I'm going to grab the driver of the 81, Daniel Haney. Daniel Haney, this is Ryan Daniels from the OSR Network booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, Daniel. Well, we're taking a look right now. You and that 81 machine looking good right now, sitting in the 9th spot. Saw you maybe get into a little bit of trouble early on, but looking good so far. After that small incident, you think you got what it takes to try to get up here and compete for the win here in that 81 car?
Nah, I don't really think I'm as fast as these guys up here, but I'm just trying to get some kind of track position and come out of here with top 15.
All right. Well, you're one of the newer guys here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself real quick before we go back to green?
All right, I like to race with my cousin and my uncle. Ball from Georgia right here. Just had a baby Wednesday, little boy, my first boy.
All right. Well, we congratulate you on the birthday of your first child there. Got to be a very happy papa driving behind the wheel of that 81 machine. So what do you say we get out there and get that baby boy of yours some new shoes?
Let's do it.
All right, man. Well, we wish you luck the best of the way. Hope to get the chance to talk to you at lap 77, Daniel.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Good luck, man.
All right, Ryan. Seems like you were taking on everything while I was gone. Been back here and was listening. So we're getting set here to go back green flag racing.
I was trying to find Daniel's spot and I lost it.
That's all right.
I don't know who moved him. I thought it was probably you. I feel bad now.
He might have moved himself.
Wow, I feel bad. I was trying to get him down there and I overshot it and then I couldn't find it.
Well, Tom Whitmore, he is trying to do the trifecta here tonight, folks. Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He won Truck Series, won the Xfinity Series. Now he's trying to win the Cup Series here. Well, he's got some company, though. Delonte Ballard on the outside, Mr. Consistency himself, the champ here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, the Cup Series, Bobby Chaney. He's right there, and he's looking very good in himself. So, well, that said, about to get set to go here, and old Nick Hunt, boys, pulled it up in that 00, looking good. He had a good finish last night, finishing second with Bryce center second, round into the top 5. So, man, it's going to be interesting here on this restart. Pace car's in, Ryan. About set to go here. Tom Whitmore's going to hammer through the gears, and he's about to broadcast some horsepower. We got a huge spin wreck in the back.
Yes, we do, and the entire track is blocked.
Yeah, that started with the 23, and I got a feeling we saw most of it live. We're going to go back on a replay here. Looked like what we saw on that other one. Basically was probably checking up. Here's the thing, folks. These cars have a lot of power. You start in second gear and you hammer that throttle, hey, it's going to step out from under you. And we're going to see, yeah, right there, he just spun it. And, man, it closed up the whole entire track there. So we're seeing traffic jam on the front stretch, Ryan.
Yeah, that's for sure, and I feel bad. That was the 81 of Daniel Haney, who actually, it was the driver just behind him. Was that the 23 that might have spun his tires, or did he get pushed?
Wow. The 23, I don't know if he spun his tires, then maybe got a little push. But, and old John T. Wimmis, man, I hate to see him get involved there. But David Schutt's not having a night. He's having his own nightmare out here at Indianapolis tonight. So, Mike Rominger involved. A lot of good cars. Yeah, that one just, it looked to me, like I say, just from what I could see, it looks like he spun maybe just a little bit. And the guy behind him obviously couldn't check up in time. Accordion effect, that's what we like to say. So, yeah, hey, you're right, Dre. Yeah, clean up on the front stretch, no doubt. That was a roadblock right there. That's one way of man blocking the track, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely what you call a roadblock there. I mean, definitely unfortunate. You know, you can't even begin to list the drivers that were involved there. Justin Gable, you said it, John Wimbish, Davis Richards, all the Haneys were involved. The Keith, Daniel, and James, William Hale, Jimmy Mullis involved. All kinds of tore up. I mean, these guys, but that involved a lot of those cars.
Yeah, we don't want to say it really took them out because a lot of them guys probably still had fast fixes and whatnot. Now, here's the thing, folks. I mean, a lot of guys are out there like, man, you got to be kidding me. Them guys are supposed to be good. They're supposed to be this, and look at that. You got to remember, this is still a cup car. It still has 800 and some horses, and you hammer down coming in second gear. Folks, I'm going to tell you what, these things can spin tires very easily, and I don't care what, well, we see it in real life NASCAR in the Cup Series. I don't care what kind of skill you got. When that thing starts spinning, you're either going to have to check off the throttle, because usually trying to get it to go straight, it's not. The problem is the guy behind you, he stabs the throttle. Usually when you let up, it's just one of those accordion effects, and it's what it is.
Yeah, just a lot of nothing you can do there for most of those guys. I mean, it's like we said, I don't know if maybe the 81 checked up for somebody in front of him and the 23 just anticipated the start or what happened, but it all started on that inside line, and the 81 got spun to the right, the 23 got spun to the left and blocked the entire track. Nothing anybody can do. And if you're somewhere back, like let's say where Matt Walzenbach was, who got a really big piece of that crash, you had no choice but to try to slow down, but all that's going to happen in his scenario, just like what happened to Matt, he just got pushed into it.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm going to show the replay again because Steve out there says he wants to see it.
All right.
If I can.
I think you can. I believe.
We're going to go back far enough here and see. Let me go back 40 seconds. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to take it back far enough. I think we've already, oh, no, there it is. Alright, good deal. Go back one more time here. One more time. It might not let me go. It might be right there on the limit of it. Oh, here we go. Alright, there you go, Steve. You're going to get to see it right here. As it was a huge one as they started. Yeah, 23. We're watching a different angle. Yeah, the whole inside lane checked up. And that was just a big one. And the whole field just... that looked like everybody on a Krispy Kreme line with the hot now sign on. Donuts.
I just... There are no words.
You don't like donuts?
I love donuts, but just now. Just now.
No, not technical difficulties. He wanted to see the replay, so I was actually going back. And once you go so far forward, you have to go so far back. So I had to find it. So there you go, Steve. Showed it again for you there. A huge pile up on the front stretch. It was a roadblock.
Yeah, you want to talk about a pile up. That was a pile up on the front straightaway right there. That is for sure.
Yeah, parking lot instantly.
Yes, that is for sure. Instant demolition derby.
Absolutely. Well, I want to welcome everybody here tonight because, man, when we talk about star-studded, we had 40 cars here. We still got 37 bad fast machines here at Indianapolis for the iBog, iRacing and Overlay Graphics here at Indy for Extreme Motorsports 99.com Cup Series. Tom Whitmore, the man out front, he is trying to pilot that Dre Broadcasting iBog machine to a win, because if he doesn't, he might solidify himself in history here at Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Has been the first ever person to do 3 wins 1 week in 3 different series and 3 different cars. Well, 2 cars and a truck, but nonetheless in 3 different series in 1 week. Now, I mean, it's been done 3 different series, but not in 1 week. In 1 week, so he's trying to do the trifecta here. Right now, out front, looking good at lap 34.77. But he's got old Showstopper right there who is hungry for a win. And then, man, you can't count out that man behind him, 99. SRA. Man, SRA just comes to the show. They came out the box last season, Ryan, did what they wanted to do, win a championship, and they did it.
Yeah, that is for sure. And so far tonight, obviously, while we do have the 6 machine of Tom Wetmore out in front already, you see 2 of those SRA teammates, Delonte Ballard and Bobby Chaney, up there in the 2nd and 3rd spot. So last year's champ not going away yet, and he's looking strong in that number 99 SRA Elwood Designs Ford Fusion, riding in the 3rd spot right now.
Yep, no doubt right there. He's looking good. SRA Machine Sim Racing Authority. Speaking of SRA, check us out at OSR Network next week, next Wednesday on the iRacing portal. And I'll say that again, on the iRacing portal. Yes, OSR Network. I'm proud to say we've made it. Awesome. There's a goal. Check off one of the goals. Made it. We'll be broadcasting the Showtime Shootout Series. dirt 410 sprints from the SRA camp starting at 7:30. Normally it would be a doubleheader night, but obviously ExtremeMotorsports99.com is off next week. So, yeah. And, Dre, I better see online simracing.network.com come up out in that chat, man. Come on now.
That's for sure. And these guys are really looking good out here right now, though, are the drivers here for Extreme Motorsports 99. Despite the cautions early here, when it has been green, it has been a lot of great action going. And right now, if you want to pull off a trifecta, I'm not saying that Tom Wetmore wants to see this thing be a caution fest, because he doesn't. But that 6 machine stayed out, and all these caution laps are doing nothing but help him if it becomes a fuel mileage race, because he's able to continue to save fuel, and those guys behind him, even running under these pace laps, are going to burn the good off those tires.
Yep, absolutely. You're right. And that's the thing the kid has got to look at. Last night he did a tremendous job of managing his stuff, managing what he needed at the closing end of that laps, and took home the victory there. So, yeah, Tom's got to look at it, that, man. And, you know, it's going to be a thing. He's got a long way to go. It's on lap 35.77. We get on a long green flag run here. We got to see all those guys in the back with those tires, man, fair. But you can't count anything away. Like I said, the man's fast. We're about to see just how fast here. He's got a good car. He's got it's just a lot of talent out there, Ryan.
Yeah, that's for sure. These guys are putting on a lot of talent in SRA, and he's continuing to bring them over here to Extreme Motorsports 99 and showing the strength of that group over there, and bringing that talent here, able to compete with some of these pros so far here tonight. And obviously can't cut out, though, some of these extreme regulars you talk about them. Bryce Senesac and Nick Hunt up in the third row right now in the 09 and 00.
Yeah, you're right. Here we go. Pace cars coming out of turn 4. We'll see what old Nick Hunt in that 00 with the one hair flapping out the wind can do here, because he's about to put the hammer down and go through the gears of a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be at lap 36 of 77, folks. Tom Whitmore, the man out front, he is trying to do the impossible tonight. I'm going to say impossible. I mean, it could be done. He's going to try to prove us wrong up here and say, look, guys, look at me go, and he is going. Got the Dre broadcast machine out front. Looks very good. Delonte Ballard, the showstopper behind him. He's going, hey, look, I love stopping shows, and I'm about to make one here. Mr. Consistency there. And we're on the caution.
And it happened again. 59 machine this time, unfortunately, and this time it looks completely different. It looks like the 59 might have blown up.
All right, well, let's check it out and see here. And, folks, you're probably wondering, like, what in the world? Well, cautions breed cautions. So, let's watch it on the replay here, though, so you can get an idea, because I know everybody loves to come and watch, you know, wrecks. Who don't like to come? I shouldn't say that. That's bad. That broadcaster's up here going, yeah, we love wrecks, you know. No, we don't love wrecks, but I'd love for this thing to go long, but, man, I hate that right there, because, again, on the front stretch, get stacked up, pile up. Wow. So, yeah. Not as bad, though. If anybody watched Indianapolis last year, me and Ryan called, that was a bizarre race. That's all I'm going to put it right there.
Yeah, that's for sure. And right now, you know, we're seeing what happened last year. Here, you and me saw some bizarre cautions last season here at Indy, and it hasn't disappointed so far, but unfortunately it's a lot of the same thing we've seen consistently over the past few yellows. These boys just having trouble on these restarts.
Yeah, that's the name of the game here at Indy. Name of the game with this car. The guys, man, take off the inside lines. I mean, so many cars there on the field. You got to anticipate that thing just right. So, but yeah, hey, man, I want to give a shout out there to all the viewers, man. Everybody, appreciate everybody coming out here tonight. I see old John Marine. Got a lot of new faces out there. Haven't seen in a while. Derek Robinson's one of them out there. Obviously, Dre's out there, man. You know, Dre talking about that.
Well, that's cheating.
Dre's out there. And then John Marine and Jeff Elwood, want to welcome him out there. Just trying to look. Colton Lane. Still haven't seen Becky. Where's Becky at? I'm going to talk to Tyler and ask where Becky's at.
Yeah, I'm
You know
not too
what?
sure.
Let's bring Tyler up.
All right. Oh, by the way, the reason I said it was cheating when you talked about Dre, this guy's leading, as if he isn't going to be here.
I know. Well, hey, look, I'll give him credit. His guys up front, he's won 2 in a row. Hey, I'm not biased. He's doing good. The guy's got talent. Go. Hey, awesome. You know what I mean?
I'm being biased, and
I'm not.
I think it's questionable.
Nah.
I'm just kidding. I'm absolutely 110% kidding.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like Ryan, we'll get rid of him.
No, honestly, and I'll be after racing with Tom Wetmore last season. If there was one guy that it would be very cool to see pull off a feat like he could tonight and win in all 3 divisions in 1 week, Tom Wetmore would be a very unique name to have on top of that list.
Absolutely. Well, let's get to talk with old Tyler Sifford, Mr. Popularity himself here, and see where they at. Tyler Sifford, Joe in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Tyler, we call you Mr. Popular. You still got old Wags waggling his tail out there, man, in the cool breeze as you flying around Indy out here in that bad fast number 7 for the Zero Gravity race team. I have to remember that because y'all changing race names down there faster than I can change socks every season. I have to remember. But, hey, quick question. Where's Becky at?
Well, actually, Jake is on 0G where I'm still in solar. But I know that she's been busy with work, and I know she's been tired for the past couple of days, so I'm assuming she took an early bedtime.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, we were wondering. Was like, man, I ain't seen Becky out there in the field. I was like, oh no, hope she done lost interest in Tyler out here racing. That's the captain, Mr. Popular. How's the car feel to you though tonight, man?
It's really, really tight, but with all these cautions happening on the restarts, I'm kind of glad that I stayed out in the last round of pit stops. So, got me some good track position. I know some people behind us have some damage, so on this racetrack, it's all about track position, and we can go on from there, and hopefully we can get ourselves a top 5 or even better, a win.
All right, I got to ask. Why in the world are you still on Solar Flare and Jake's over there hanging out, man, on the moon?
We're letting Jake do his own thing. We know he's trying to do he's trying to do the Pink Antifreeze series, so we're letting him do his thing on that. But no, we're still connected. We're still friends, and we're still running under Solar Flare. So, we have a little bit of affiliation, but we're not really teammates. So we can race each other harder than usual. But yet again, we can still have fun. So
that means if you get near him, you could bump him in the wall or something. Not that you would do that or anything. I don't want to bring no controversy started. I'm just saying. Oh man. Well, it's good to get you. Man. Well, yeah, true. Well, it's good to see you, man, that tribute car you got out there tonight, Tyler, man. It's good to always talk to you. Good luck. Hope to see you at lap 77.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. Well, here's some news we didn't know. It's always good to get news.
I can't do this anymore.
Why not?
I can't do this anymore. One guy's on Zero Gravity, one's on Jake Nichols Racing, one is on Solar Flare. Can we just agree that they're friends?
Yeah,
and maybe that's what it should be. It should just be friendship racing.
Yeah, well, and I see where he's coming from. Jake is a pro driver. And when you get to that level, sponsorships and everything else, and that's what, hey, I preach it here at OSR Network. Anybody that's affiliated with me, and I do this, Ryan, when you get to the level and try to get to success that we're trying to get to and try to be professional that we possibly can to bring on a good show for all the leagues, same thing for him. When you get to that level, you have to understand that sometimes you got to probably do some things you don't want to do, and that's what he's doing. It's not bad, folks, at all. It's just a fact of it's a business thing. And really, like he said, they're still friends. They still communicate. They still work together. It's just, hey, he's doing his thing to help better his career, and that's just pretty much how it is in real life racing, really.
Yeah, that is for sure. And obviously, I obviously am joking with the whole, them not being in the same team thing. That was, it's definitely cool to see because obviously it's like Tyler said,
folks. Ryan, don't be joking.
Well,
I know. Well.
Okay, I was going to say, obviously they're still friends. They're still in the same race lobby down here. We still see the same group of those guys we've seen the past couple of seasons here at Extreme Motorsports 99. So, I definitely cool to see. And you're right, obviously with Jake going pro, had to stretch the branches, try to align himself with maybe some guys who run the Peak Antifreeze series a little more frequently than some of the other guys that he is a team with, and best of luck with that for them. And obviously, still affiliated with his team, Solar Flare Racing. So cool to see all those guys still working together out here.
Yeah, absolutely. When we talk about Jake Nichols right now, he's sitting 19th spot, having a little trouble. Yeah, he started 37th. He's actually pulling up there. And John T. Wimmis not having the luck he's would like to have here. He's just a couple bad incidents there. We'll see if we can get this start underway here. Hope we don't check the field up. But hey, cautions breed cautions. We got 37 bad fast machines started with a 40-car field here, folks. Here at Indianapolis Speedway for the Iracing Overlay and Graphics here at Indy for ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series. And as awesome as always, want to welcome everybody here because the OSR Network, we're live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitch, and Twitter. And coming soon, usually most places would say a theater near you, but I'd say to a TV or computer, tablet, or phone near you. OSR Network will be on the iRacing portal as of next week with the SRA camp. So, something new to look forward to. I'm excited. Hope everybody else is excited, and I'm excited about this race tonight.
Yeah, this has been very exciting so far, and we are now, I believe, I could be wrong, I think we're past halfway here on lap 41 of 77, so these guys cranking through this race just like we cranked through the Xfinity race last night. Even with all these cautions, we get another green flag run. It's going to be close to go time here, Joe.
Yep, absolutely go time. Tom Whitmore's hoping that it actually is go time because right now he's looking good in that number 6 machine out front, trying to put the trifecta here tonight and put an exclamation point on solidify his history at Extreme. But the pace car's coming out of turn number 4. Going to duck off down on pit road, and these guys are going to hammer through the gears. Bad, fast machines here. The monsters are come to life here at Indianapolis. It is awesome. Right here we go. Pace cars in, green flag in the air, lap 42 of 77. Right now, this is awesome. As Tom Whitmore gets a jump out there, Delonte Ballard, the showstopper, right behind him on his heels. He's got Bobby Chaney, Mr. Consistency, right there. Tyler Sifford, the popular man around here. He's sitting in fourth. Mr. Nick Hunt right there. He's got the Kool-Aid and drinking enough of it tonight to get it done up front, sitting in fifth spot. Ethan Kurtz right there, sitting in sixth. Adam Gilliland. Now, we ain't talking about him. He's sitting seventh. Bryce Sendesack, eighth. Boy, they are 3 or 4 wide in the back there, stacked up, Ryan.
Yeah, it was 4 wide for quite a while, and I'm watching Blake Reynolds slicing and dicing his way through this field. 3, 4 wide going into turn 3. Whoa, and Devin Smirger just smashed the wall in that 26 car.
Hey, he did. Got a little bit loose right there. Went up and hit the wall. No harm, no foul. Was able to stay up there, but we do have a caution.
Yeah, that was behind what happened with the 26. I'm not sure if he was involved, but quite a few cars I did see spinning over there on the short chute between
Richards.
3 and 4.
Number 11, Davis Richards.
Yes, sir. Wrong place, wrong time, 3 wide.
All right, well, let's watch it here on the replay here. Yeah, they are 3 wide double time right there going in that turn. That usually don't work. He's meeting the middle with Sandwich. They get a settle going in, but he's real high. Still, and it looks like it started right there, the 38 and him. They just got together, like I say, 3 wide hard racing. Doesn't work a lot of the time here. The unfortunate thing is wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and that's all she wrote. Bunch of tore up cars, dented fenders.
Yeah, maybe a few hurt feelings after that one. 38 drove it in there really, really hard, tried to hang on to it, and there's nowhere to go. I probably didn't realize they were 3 wide at that point on the exit of the corner, and just nothing the 11 could do being stuck in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Dre said his kid's in there, man, watching Parent Trap. I hear you, man. Well, that's basically what my kids are, yeah. Yeah, that was George last night, John, who had up on his 100-inch TV or screen or something. I said, well, he must be having a block party with OSR Network last night. That was awesome.
And we weren't invited, and I'm very disappointed.
I know. They had hot dogs, too, probably.
I know. We mentioned this. Hot dogs, ham, some hamburgers.
Hey,
Yes.
I got cookies.
I don't have anything. I'm alone right now. I'm always alone.
I can mail you one. I don't know what it'd be like when I get to you.
Probably stale. Probably stale. While we're talking about things that are very entertaining here on OSR Network, why don't we get a talk with the new guy, Adam Gilliland?
Yes, sounds good. I don't know if he's any relationship to,
David?
yeah, okay, I was about to say, because that other Gilliland.
Yeah, David Gilliland.
Okay.
I think that's it. Is it?
That's why I just said the other Gilliland. You ask him. I tell you what, you ask him.
Dadgummit. That'd be interesting.
Absolutely it would be. Go ahead. Take off.
Did you want me to interview him, or did you
Sure,
want
go
to?
ahead.
Okay. Adam Gilliland, this is Ryan Daniels in the OSR Network booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, Adam, you're looking strong in that number 42 machine. You started in the 37th spot, and you're running 7th. Obviously, you've been having to slice and dice your way through this field. How hard is that car? How difficult is that car to drive out there this evening?
Yeah, it's been pretty difficult. I didn't really get much practice in. I was having some technical difficulties, so I didn't really get to load in, didn't get to qualify, didn't get to practice, and didn't get loaded in time to make the grid. So I had to start from pit lane, use the first 10 or so laps that we had of green to feel out the car, shake it down, and try to get an idea of how I need to drive this thing going forward. And it's been tough. I've used some pit strategy, and with all these wrecks, been fortunate to miss most of them. Got up here in 7th, and we've still got over 30 to go, so I feel like I'm in a good position here.
Yeah, definitely got to agree with you on that. Do you think you have what it takes to be able to get up there and compete for the win now that you are up in the top 10?
No, I sure hope so. It's hard to tell, like I said, with the lack of green flag racing we've had as of late. The first run, we had a good run, but I wasn't able to really compare to the leaders as I was kind of by myself. So hopefully we do, but if not, I wouldn't be surprised with the lack of practice.
All right. Well, before we let you get back down to the racing chat room you were in there, we have to ask the question. You wouldn't happen to be any relation to David Gilliland, would you?
No, but if I had a nickel for every time someone asked you that, I'd be a millionaire. So you're not the first one, and you certainly won't be the last one to ask that.
All right, Adam. Well, we wish you luck the rest of the way, and we hope the chance to get to talk to you again at lap 77.
All right, sounds good.
Well,
hey, at least
awesome.
we weren't the only ones.
Yeah, well, yeah, I had a feeling it probably wasn't. I mean, but, never hurt to ask.
Hey, you know what? There will come a day where we will ask that kind of a question, and we will get a yes. And then we get the chance to feel starstruck.
Absolutely. Well, I'm starstruck anyway because of the field we got. Ryan, we got 40 bad, fast machines, a lot of the pro drivers out here. And not just pro drivers, I know we make emphasis on that. But, man, any of these drivers out here, I mean, look at some of these guys, because a couple of them aren't pro drivers, but they're up there running with them, and they're just as fast and got the talent with it. So it's star-structed field here. Awesome, man, to be here to call this action here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series. Love everyone coming out because, man, we're about to, we got our own pro series going on over here.
Yeah, that is for sure.
I don't want to make anybody mad at iRacing now. I quit saying that, I guess.
What are they gonna be mad about? Just because they got all their pro drivers are over here with us on OSR Network? I mean, hey.
Well, they're the Extreme. We're just.
You're
thankful.
right. They're over here with Extreme 99 on OSR Network, live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live, and Twitter. And you can subscribe to us by hitting the subscribe button on all of those items. And be sure to hit the bell icon on YouTube if you want to be notified whenever Joe and I or Joe and John or whoever go live here on OSR Network.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Tom Whitmore's loving these cautions because it keeps his tires fresh up there, keeping them cool, and keeping his head cool out here because he's still out front. Delonte Ballard, the showstopper's right there behind him. Bobby Chaney's up front there looking very good. He would love to come home in a third spot because, like we said, Mr. Consistency, and that's what he's looking at. All he needs is probably one win, get him into chase, and then just be darn consistent throughout that chase like he's doing, he could probably two-time this thing here in the championship. So we'll have to see. What's going on, IU, Dave?
I do agree with you there on the 99 as well. I mean, a win with the caliber of the pro drivers, and maybe not even just the caliber of the pro drivers, just the caliber of all the drivers in the field this season so far. We know last year the 99 said maybe he wouldn't have the speed or the ability to compete, toe-to-toe with Jake on the track. But in terms of being able to do it in the points, he was that one step ahead of Jake at the end of the season. Could definitely be the same case this season. And right now, Bobby putting himself in a great position in third to do just that. And maybe even put himself in that conversation for a win if he can ever get by his teammate and Tom Wetmore here.
Absolutely. Well, good timing, Ryan. Stop talking. I got done eating my cookie. We're about set to go back green flag racing. As the pace car is going to set sail here in a few. And we're going to see if Tom Whitmore here can take these bad fast machines. We're going to go overhead here with the blippy cam. That's what I like to call it. IU Dave out there in the chat loves it. Tom Whitmore hammers through the gears, takes off. He's got Delonte Ballard right there behind him. Bobby Cheney. He's got Tyler Sifford, Mr. Popularity himself. Door to doors, he will into turn one. There's single file behind him, but they got a little bit of two wide going on behind them.
Yeah, that's for sure. And got to give a shout to the driver of the number 2 machine, Ethan Kurtz, started 25th. Haven't talked too much about him tonight. And we got a crash out of turn 2, and it's another huge one. Oh boy, there's a lot of cars involved in that one.
Saw a little bit of it live right there. Got a feeling it started with Alan J. We're going to see. I think he got loose in the turn. Let's go up here and see what we got going on here on the replay. So we can showcase. We'll just stay high on the blippy cam here and show the replay of it. Allen was moving up through the field. He's right there with Nick Hunt. And it looks like it was just one of them accordion effects. Yeah, just field just got stacked up. Nowhere to go. Racing incident. Well, I tell you what, a lot of drivers back there, good job to get through that. A lot of them, good job to get slowed down.
Yeah, that's for sure. Actually, you want to see a shot. I happened to notice that I wasn't even riding on board with them. I just saw him get through it. You got to see how Hayden Young gets through this thing. We saw a few weeks ago one of them guys, the Red Sea's parted. Well, the Red Sea was closing up on this 9 machine, and he just gets through.
Yeah, he just snips a little bit through there. The man loving all this action. He loved it last night. That's Tom Whitmore. He is loving every bit of this. Well, we're here tonight live, ExtremeMotorsports99.com here at Indianapolis, folks. This is the Cup Series here. This is the best of the best that they have here in Extreme. And if, hey, look, if you think you have the talent, the ability, the know-how, the skill, because I know I don't. Can't speak for Ryan, but come over here and try. I mean, these guys, man, will definitely test it for you. And it is a test here. I mean, these guys out here run hard, lap after lap, very consistent. Indy is just a tough track, I think. All in all, you have to hit those aprons, you have to hit the turns just right. If you don't, well, they can stand out and bite you.
Yeah, that's for sure. And for a moment there, I really thought that the number 6 was finally going to come onto the pit lane, but chose to stay out, did Tom Wetmore, and tried to fake some guys out. Didn't work that way for him. Kind of looking through the top 10 here. Got us one of those kind of surprise drivers in the top 10. Not that, they couldn't run up front, or just a name that I haven't seen up front a whole lot yet this season. We talked to Daniel. James Haney, and the 55 has found himself in the top 10.
Yeah, he has. James Haney, Ryan Keyes, Adam Gittleman, there, Nick Hunt, Jimmy Mullis, Tyler Sifford, Ethan Kurtz. Let's see. This sounds kind of odd. Excuse me. It sounds kind of odd, but we really haven't. But I guess we need to, because he's sitting back in 17th spot. We haven't really haven't got to talk much to him. And that is Mr. Superman himself, Jake Nichols. So let's get a talk with the 73 machine.
All right, I will go find Superman. Hopefully he's not in the middle of a battle with Lex Luthor.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, we ain't got Kryptonite out here right now, so he's good.
I suppose this is valid.
Well, Jake Nichols and Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, Jake, Indy's just not being your friend. Last season, you started in the back of the field, had to work your way up to the front. Here tonight, same scenario. That 73 machine looked good, though, with zero gravity out there. How's the car feel? How's the track feeling for you?
It's tight. Overall, we've been doing good. We're just saving that reset because it's a demolition derby out here tonight. I don't know why. Maybe the tight setup. I honestly don't know. Most of our wrecks now are happening before we even complete half a lap on the restart. I don't know what's going on, honestly. Maybe impatience. Maybe who knows. It could be anything. But overall, our car's good. We got a slight bit of damage, slight down power, but we're just saving that reset for the end for when it counts. With all these wrecks happening, we passed 23 cars in the first 15 laps. From 36, so I think we got a pretty good car, good enough to win this race. We just gotta find the right time to get that track position, because track position's key, and if you can't get it, then you shouldn't stay where you're at. Pretty much, it's either be up front or be in the back, because the middle is where everything's happening. So we're just looking forward to hopefully getting up front by the time this race ends.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good assumption right there, because you're right. You're sitting right there in 17th spot right now. I got to ask, though, we talked to, well, I guess now would have been your old teammate, Tyler Sifford, Mr. Popularity. He was telling us the deal between you being on the moon with the zero gravity and him still being on solar flare over on the sun. So one's on the moon, one's on the sun. So, hey, wait a minute here. And,
I didn't even think of it that way. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so, hey, that's kind of cool. But I got to ask, because we haven't really got to talk to you much this season, and that's kind of odd because, hey, we call you Superman. We call you that for a reason. You've had a kind of up and down season. We're only in race number 3, obviously, though. But what do you feel about, because I'm starting to realize something, a trend here at Extreme in the Cup Series. This is turning out to be Peak Antifreeze 2 here, the Pro Series of iRacing. Got a lot of bad, fast guys here. Hey, how you feeling about the competition this season?
We got a lot of competition. Some guys have been a little impatient, which to win you got to be patient sometimes, even when you don't think you need to or don't want to. Sometimes you just got to put patience over your opinion. But overall, a lot of good talent here. A lot of good fast drivers for sure. We've had a lot of bad luck. Daytona, we were making the move down the back for the win, and when we made contact, it just kicked up a right front and completely lost control, had no chance of saving it, and DNF there. Then last week, going for second place, had a really, really fast car last week as well, and just got put in the wall, but that happens. We were both racing hard. So just looking for some good luck, or just no bad luck at least, to hopefully get back in victory lane sometime in the next few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hope to see you, man, to get up there. And like you say, I know it's been frustrating out there, and there's a lot of competition out here, it looks like, this season. A lot of guys that came over here. Rick Donathan's done a tremendous job here at Extreme, and so it's been a good one. So, hey, man, I hope to see you at lap 77, and I know you're going to be in victory lane before the season's over with, man.
Oh, no doubt. Just got to put it towards the chase, really. We could win every race before the chase, but then you could have one wreck in the chase and you don't win the championship. We proved that last season. So just got to look forward to the chase, really. Just doesn't matter how this regular season goes, just got to make the chase and then run hard. Hopefully we can get this Juan Pablo Montoya tribute scheme 2000 Indy 500 winner. Hopefully we can win the Brickyard tonight in this paint scheme. That'd be pretty cool. We're going to do our best. Hope the fans are enjoying the race, even though we've been pacing a lot. But hopefully we can go caution-free to the end and put on a good show.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate it, Jake, man. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
I just want to go on record and say that I'm a genius.
Well, real quick, we're just about to go set back to green flag racing. We'll talk about that. Here's pace cars coming out of turn 4. Tom Whitmore, the man still out front. He's been a genius by staying out here, so to speak, and looking very good, that number 6 machine. And yes, I'm going to reiterate again because somebody in the chat said something. The best of the best here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. If you can't hang with the big boys, stay home. As right now, Tom Whitmore puts a hammer down and heads off through the field. Delonte Ballard's right behind him. And that's just it. You know, you talk about out here, Indy is one of these unique tracks. When you got 40 cars, hey, sometimes it has cautions out there. some guys, man, drive different than others. It is what it is. So, I've never seen a caution-free race in real life at Indy. Have you, Ryan?
I have not. Unfortunately, I was one of the poor souls that back in 2008 had to watch that pitiful race that they had at the Brickyard where those tires were shredding every 5 laps. So I can tell you from experience, this is definitely not the worst race I've ever seen at Indianapolis. And it's never a bad race here with ExtremeMotorsports99.com because the talent level and just the quality of the racing we see here is unmatched.
Absolutely. Right now, man, these guys looking good. Tom Whitmore setting sail. Look at Bobby Cheney right there in second. That's the defending, reigning, current Cup Series champion here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. He's sitting in second spot. Boy, he's got Jimmy Mullis, though, man, coming to the front. He's showing, hey, look, my Daytona win wasn't just because I know how to run plate tracks. Adam Gittleman right there behind him and Delonte Ballard. They are 2 up side by side coming to the line down the back stretch.
That's for sure. Jimmy Mullis saying, excuse me, champ, coming through, and he's going to take over second spot as they go into turn 3. And been saying it quite frequently as of late, kind of becoming my phrase, I think. 42 of, oh my goodness, Adam Gilliland. I almost said David Gilliland following suit, and the 21 is around off a turn 4.
Boy, I tell you what, it was a good slide job by him, though. He almost had that thing held. They were just hard battling up there, and this track, man, is just definitely a handful here nonetheless. And that was the showstopper there. He was trying to put on a good show for us. Awesome.
Yeah, he did everything he could. A great move by that 21, able to get it locked down, and a good job by everybody else taking evasive action, not to make that bigger than it could have been, but just another one of these goes here, and it continues up front. Tom Wetmore continues to stay out as of right now.
Yeah, it just looks like Tyler Sifford just went into the turn a little bit, just a little hotter than usual, and hey, just a little love tap there, man. No harm, no foul. And they got into each other. And Ryan, give me 1 second because I got to do something on the Facebook side right fast. That I got to take care of something. Be right back. I'm leaving Mike.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, while Joe is adjusting whatever it is he may be working on at the moment, I'm going to take a look here at the top 10. Well, actually, we're getting ready for pit stops, so let's see if the number 6 of Tom Wetmore does, in fact, come in this time. He's looking like he's going to come to pit road, but we've seen him do this quite a few times so far. And Tom is going to commit to the pit lane. He is in, and the only car that I've seen stay out so far is the 00 of Nick Hunt, and now further back, there are a few others who are staying out behind him. That would be the 73 of Jake Nichols, the 09 of Bryce Senesac, the 26 of Devin Smirker has stayed out now, the 1 of Travis McDaniel, and a slew of others, while the majority of the field is going to come in and take their pit stops in what could be their final pit stop of the race. Once these boys rejoin the track, I'm going to see who we can try to get a word with here. Maybe somebody we haven't had the opportunity to talk to yet. And taking a look right now, thinking we should maybe try to get a word with the driver of that 26. So I'm going to see if I can find him. Well, I was able to find him in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, but he actually has his mic muted, so I'm not going to attempt to get a word with Devin at this current time. Perhaps we'll have the opportunity to get a word with him later on. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Bryce, you got that '09 Adidas machine up there in the second spot. You think you got what it takes to be able to keep it up there tonight?
If we keep this up and have all these cautions, we will.
Well, you definitely appear to have a strong number '09 machine. You started 33rd, you got it up in second. What do you think you got to do to be able to keep it up there?
To be honest, I don't know. Hopefully Jake can get a good restart so I can kind of pull in behind him, or else I'm going to get brake train from Devin and a bunch of other people.
All right, Bryce. Well, we wish you the best of luck the rest of the way here, and we hope to get the opportunity to talk to you at lap 77.
Yep. I'll try and keep it up there.
All right, I'm back, Ryan. Sorry about that, folks. I had to go deal with something. Anyways, Jake Nichols, hey, stayed out, got up front. Bryce Senesac looking second. Devin Smirker right there in third. Ryan Keys fourth, and Tom Whitmore still sitting in fifth. So, hey, look, it's Indy. These cars, man, are a handful, and I challenge anybody to get out here and try it. I agree, I can't do it, but these guys are doing a wonderful job. Like I said, I'll still stand behind my thing. Star-studded field, pro-style drivers, best of the best here in ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Sometimes you have a good night, sometimes you have bad. Hey, Jake Nichols hit the wall on qualifying, started 37. Got a beat-up car, has been able to fight, had to fight to get back up here. And that's just the man who was, won 10 races, Ryan, dominated, won a championship, won 9 races last season. So if he's having a bad night, hey, I imagine everybody else could have bad nights too.
Yeah, that is for sure. And right now, we heard Bryce Senesac there. Not sure he seemed too confident he was able to keep that '09 up there, but he's definitely going to try hard, I would definitely say. I mean, the past Truck Series champion and able to run here in the run in the Xfinity division last year, making his rookie season here in the Cup Series. So definitely going to be interesting to see if Bryce is able to hang on, and definitely would be cool to see if Bryce can get his first Extreme Motorsports 99 Cup Series win here tonight at Indianapolis.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, last week, Kansas City was a thriller. Tonight, Indianapolis, man, hey, it's still a thriller. We had 40 bad fast machines. We still got about 30 of them out there right now. A lot of them, unfortunately, just had one heck of some rough nights out here, but nonetheless, Superman himself, old 73's out front right there with the 09, you said, the Truck Series champ of the past, Bryce Senesac. Ryan Key sitting in third, old Devin Smirker right there, Jimmy Mullis rounds the top 5. So we're getting set here, man, to light these things up again at lap 58. So that's going to give us 20 laps. When we go green, it's going to be 19 laps to go, Ryan.
Yeah, that's for sure, and these guys are continuing to come out here and, put on a show, and we're getting ready to come to the restart here as they go to turn 3. The only thing that would concern me right here, we talked at the 73 of Jake Nichols, who has now put himself in that lead spot. He's got some damage on that 73. That might be a hindrance here on this restart for him.
Absolutely. Right now, man, Jake Nichols looking very, very good out there. As pace car's in, he's going to try to hammer down. You're right, that damage on the front might hinder him just a little bit, but what we've seen in the past, though, track position might be king, and he gets to control this field right here, so he's going to get the head off. Look at old David Smirker and that Mr. Elvis machine. He's out there, man, singing Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, man. That's ever how that song goes. I don't know, I think something like that. But anyways, Bryce Senesac's right behind him, and he's going, look, somebody say something about some hot dogs? I want some, and I'm going to try to go to the front. But look behind him, Tom Whitmore's on a mission.
Yes, he is, and Tom Whitmore, the first car on 4 brand new tires. Looking to the inside of the 09, he's going to pass him with ease down the back straightaway, and now he's going to try to make the move on the 26 of Devin Smirker, that 6 machine. We thought him being out in front was kind of more of a strategy play. That 6 is looking strong, and he has put himself in position now with the 40 car, Jimmy Mullis, and the 42 of Adam Gillen being held up there by the 09 and the 26 to really have an opportunity here to try to catch up to Jake Nichols.
Absolutely right there. Jake Nichols still out front. Tom Whitmore's trying to run him down in a hurry. Lap 59 of 77. Behind him, though, it's door to door. Bryce Senesac, Jimmy Mullis right there. Man, he is singing a tune also coming to the front. Behind him, Adams looking good in that 42 machine. Devin Smirka right there. They are nose to tail, folks. Storming down here in the little short shoot part of the track. Man, they're fanning out 2 to 2, 2 back.
Yeah, I thought they were going to think about going 3 wide back there in that battle for third, but Adam Gillihan making the pass now on the 09 of Bryce Senesac, going to follow the 40 of Jimmy Mullis, who wants to try to run down that 6 machine because Tom Wetmore is about to be all over the back of Jake Nichols. He is catching that 73 machine in a hurry.
Absolutely. Well, the damage is probably hindering the aerodynamics just a little bit on the long straightaways here at Indianapolis. For ExtremeMotorsports99.com here, lap 60 of 77, 17 more to go. Right now, Tom Whitmore's trying to do what they say can't be done, and that is win 3 in a row in the same week. Folks, right now looking good. Hey, this is what it's about here. The best Cup Series action in Extreme Motorsports. David Smirker looking good in the 6th spot. Tyler Laughlin's been able to move it back in the top 5 there with Bryce Senesac. And look at old Bobby Chaney being Mr. Consistency as always. Staying right there, number 8.
Yeah, that's for sure. And behind them as well, you got the 2 car of Ethan Kurtz, who has had a really good run tonight. Ethan Kurtz, the rookie this season, looking to continue on. I believe he had a good finish last week as well in Kansas after some bad luck. And Ethan also showed some strength at Daytona. So that 2 machine, he's been there all season so far. And Ethan continues to work his way through the field here as he gets around the 09 of Bryce Senesac. And it looks like the 24 is going to follow him.
Yeah, and right now up front, though, Tom Whitmore is door to door right there on the straightaway. Tom's got the horsepower because he's got no damage on the nose. But in the turns, look at that 73 fight back. That's bringing Jimmy Mullis to the party right here. And he's going, fellas, just stay side by side for a little longer, and I'll be up our man to play with y'all just here in a few. As he's looking on the inside to 73, these guys are about to get it done here because it's getting down to closing time here. What you got's what you got. The number 6 is going, look, I'm trying real hard to stay out front, and he's doing a darn good job of it.
Yes, he is here. We're coming across the line on lap 62 of 77. That means we've got just about 15 laps to go, and these guys are racing hard. And Tom Wetmore, you want to talk about it. We're making a big deal out of it, folks, because it could be a very big deal. The most unlikely, improbable thing that could probably happen in Extreme Motorsports 99, and Tom Wetmore has the chance to do it, win 3 consecutive races in a row, not in the one division, in all 3, Truck, Xfinity, and Cup. And right now, the best thing he can see is that 40 car having to fight the 73 and try to bide him some more time to get away from these guys, because that 40 is also coming now in a hurry.
Yeah, it is. Jimmy Mullis is putting the hammer down and coming for that number 6. But you're right. Tonight, Tom Whitmore can make history as he's trying to weave and dodge going down the straightaway to break that draft of the 40 machine. He's looking like, hey, look, we saw history a couple seasons ago with Jake Nichols as he was the first man to win 10 races in a season at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Never been done. He did it, won the championship that season also. Where we could see history in the making tonight. But if that number 40 machine has anything to say about it, he is closing the gap slowly but surely. At lap 63 of 77, Ryan, we could have a tremendous battle here for the end.
That is for sure. These two getting ready to dogfight it, and as well, Adam Gilliland is now taking over the 3rd spot from Jake Nichols. Further back in the pack, Delonte Ballard and just behind Delonte Ballard was a good battle between the 00, the 09, and the 7 car, and we've got a crash. It looks like Matt Walzenbach going into turn 4.
Oh, I tell you what, that is what Tom Whitmore probably wanted to see. Might not, but hey, because Jimmy Mullis was all over his back deck lid and was closing in a hurry. Now, still might be something that he doesn't want to see, but nonetheless, caution. And you said who that was again?
Matt Walzenbach.
Oh, I hate to see that, man. The number 29, yeah, he's smoking. Looks like a huge modified out there now. But let's go back on a replay, see if we can get a closing on there. I tell you what, yeah, he's on rails, Dre. The problem is that 40 machine was coming in a hurry. He was like had a hook pulled onto the back of that number 6 and was pulling him in. It's going to be a tremendous battle, and I think it's going to come down to those guys. Don't count out that 42 machine, though. As we're watching the replay here, see what happened to Matthew Wazenbach here. Looks like they were 3 wide, almost. Yep, thought about going 3 wide for a minute. One's on the inside of him right there. He's on the outside. They're going into a little short shoot turn here. There's a little bit 3 wide. Massive net code right there. Well, I tell you, ouch. Yeah, that hurt. I hate to see that, man. You always hate to see a guy get a little net code involved right there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Definitely a little bit of net code involved on that one, and going to be interesting to see if these guys decide to pit. I think the 73 is going to, and you'd be silly to stay out, and everybody's going to come in again here.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
like tires late in this race are the way to go.
Yep, absolutely. And I guarantee you, let's watch very closely, because I believe that man in 4th spot, he's going to use that fast fix. Yep.
I would almost guarantee it.
He did. He used the fast fix. He's going to get 4 tires and probably storm out. No, he goes 2. Uh-oh. That might set him up, put him up front. And if you put Jake Nichols with a clean car up front, he could have rims out there and probably get it done. But somebody else takes 2 tires also.
Jimmy Mullis.
Jimmy Mullis did. Now Jake's going to come out 3rd. Tom Whitmore is going to get buried in the back.
He took 4.
He took 4. Now he's got, well, I say he's got time. Let me throw the scenario down here. Throw the scenario down to you folks. The scenario is obviously lap 77. I always like doing this. And John Marine, he's our accountant out there for OSR Network. He loves the numbers. Lap 77, that ends the race. Obviously, it's over with. But the caution come out at lap 73. I'm going to say 74 just to give it that's 4 laps. If it comes out 4-lap interval, it's over with at that time with a caution. So, in theory, by the time we go back green flag racing, Ryan, it's going to be a lap 68. They're only going to have, 9 laps to go. That would mean they only put about 4 laps left. Guys out front, Jimmy Mullis took 2 tires. Tyler Laughlin right there, he's got tires. Jake Nichols took 2. We know he can run around this track. He loves a loose car, by the way, Jake does. David Smirker, he's right there in 5th. Tom Whitmore sitting in 9th. And I'm not saying he don't have time to get to the front, but a caution could hurt it. Was it a good move to take 4? I don't know.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to make up there, but he isn't going to be too far back. I mean, it's only going to put him, try to get a look here. You've got you've got Jimmy Mullis in 1st, followed by the 51 of Tyler Laughlin, who has worked his way up there to 2nd. Jake Nichols in 3rd. Devin Smirker in 4th, who's been sticking around that top 10 all night long in that 26. Jake's teammate in the 2 machine, or somewhat teammate in the 2 machine, Ethan Kurtz in the top 5. Richie Evans in 6th, and then obviously we have Tom in 7th. So the biggest advantage I would say for Tom Wetmore right now is restarting in that inside lane going into turns 1 and 2.
Absolutely. With Jimmy Mullis, the man out front, he won a season opener at Daytona. And folks, we know he definitely knows how to wheel it. Now, another thing I've noticed here tonight, and you're right out there, I want to welcome old Rick out in the chat out there. He's right. Wow, what a race, because it has been a thriller. You know, even with the cost, let's get a summary real quick. Might as well, I haven't done it tonight. Actually, not too bad. 65 laps completed, a 77, 8 lead changes. We've only had 9 cautions for 33 laps. I mean, so really it seems like a lot, but really not too bad. Not what we've seen. Folks, watch last year's Indy. It was probably like, I think there was 18 or so. It was unreal. It was just, the Cup cars have changed so much from build to build here on iRacing. So definitely a different one. But here's what Ryan said we were harping on a lot, so to speak, is Tom Whitmore sitting in that 7th spot right now in the Dre broadcast machine. And he could look to do history tonight. Trifecta, as we like to call it. He could be the first man to win 3 different seasons in the same week. I mean, obviously it's been done 3 different seasons from a driver, or 3 different races, from a driver, but not in the same week that I know of. And if Rick's out there still in the chat, he can yell in the big caps and yell real loud and say, no, it hasn't, or yes, it has. But from my knowledge, it's never been done. Just like the 10-win season Jake put on a couple seasons ago had never been done. And Am I still racing? No, I don't race, man. I love doing broadcasting, man. I love calling this action too much. Well, this is awesome. Anyways, what I'm saying is Tom Whitmore could make history here, folks. And right now the scenario is, when we go back green, they cross that line. Like I said, it's going to be lap 68, Ryan, 77. There's going to be 9 laps to go. Problem is, 77 ends it. If race caution comes out of 73 or 74, that's probably much going to end it. So you've got to think in your mind as a driver, I'm racing for 5 laps, or I might be racing for 9.
Yeah, that's for sure. And you know, another caution definitely puts us down to another caution here on this particular restart puts it down to a next flag ends the race situation. So these guys, if you're Tom Wetmore, it's go time. And I think something important to note here, we saw what happened when Tom stayed out consecutively on those old tires, able to keep that 6 machine out in front for a very long time when we were having that succession of cautions. Yep. Now we saw him able to move quickly through the field on 4 tires. These guys in front of him, some of them, like Jake, even though it is Jake Nichols, you know, he has not been up front all night long. The 2 car, Ethan Kurtz, has not been up front all night long. And these guys took 2 tires. So the question's going to be, how are those cars going to handle on 2 tires? I know for a fact sometimes putting 2 tires on these machines in iRacing can make you very, very loose. Going to be something to watch on this restart.
It is. They coming out of turn number 4 here, Ryan, about to answer all our questions here. A lot of these guys like loose cars. We're going to see how Jimmy Mullis likes his. Pace cars coming out of turn 4. We're going to take that hard left turn and send these monster machines a roaring down the long straight here. So he's going to hammer through the gears very slowly. Green flag in the air. Tom Whitmore can't change lanes until he gets across the start-finish line. The problem is, a lot of those guys are long gone down this long straightaway. That's one advantage here at Indy, as he's marred in traffic with 2-2. They are side by side as right now Jimmy Mullis takes off flight out front. Tyler Laughlin right behind him. Boy, I tell you what, Ryan, we got the Daytona 500 winner, the season opener, leading the race. We got last week's winner in second place, and we got Jake Nichols, the Superman, sitting in third. You got to be kidding me. Tom Whitmore, the problem is he's in traffic, and he has to be patient as he is 3 wide back there.
Yeah, he is. He's 3 wide with the 42 of Adam Gilliland and the 4 of Mike Rominger, and he's going to have to check up as that car looks like he got tight headed for the wall. He's going to lose a spot now to not just the 42, but the 7 of Tyler Sifford. But he is going to power move that 6 machine to the inside, give the old bump and run to Tyler Sifford as they went through turn 4, stack up the field behind him, but that 6 car is doing everything he can to try to get back to the front here.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to do everything he can. The problem is he's got to be a little bit patient, folks. And I know everybody's saying, well, it is go time. Sure, it is go time. But in the meantime, if he pushes it, he does. If that brings a caution out, you know what that means? I'm not even going to say it. I'm gonna let it go because, well, what we saw right there was basically, to me, might have been a racing incident. You know, obviously nothing, no intent meant there. But Tom did get in the back end there a little bit of, I don't know what car number that was, but we saw him shoot up the track, and unfortunately a big wreck. It's not over with yet, though. What number was that?
42 of Adam Gilliland.
Okay, 42. So we're going to go back on the replay and watch. We'll let the admin sort out all the other business. Let's go back here and watch again. And it's basically new tires versus old tires. That's pretty much what it was right here. As you're going to watch this replay, we watched it live, but we'll watch it again here. 42 machines right there in front of Tom of the 6. Tom's just going to get a heck of a run into the turn. And when he gets a run into the turn here, he gets a run right into... I really don't know if he got into him or not. Heck, I don't know. It was so close, but hey, they'll look at it nonetheless, man. Just a hard hit from the 42. Hate to see that. It's one of them racing deals. Hard racing between those 2 guys right there, and it's go time. It's the end of the race, folks. It's what these guys come here. It's for all the marbles and money.
Yeah, that's for sure. But I do want to give credit where credit is due. Before the admins ever even probably got a chance to look at that replay, Tom Wetmore came across the driver chat and said, that was 100% on me. I'm getting the penalty. I deserve it. So...
Well, but time out. before we say anything like that, folks, we're going to wait and see what the admins do. How's that?
Oh, no. What I'm saying is...
Nah, I know what you're saying,
did...
but we're going to wait and see what the admins do, because even though he did say that, we'll still wait and see what the admins do. We'll let them call it. How's that?
Well, that's
Yes,
what I'm getting at.
I understand what you're getting at, but just wording.
But that's
Ryan.
not what I meant.
Ryan.
Okay. Let's give
Thank
a call to the 3 of Richie Evans, who's currently running in the 5th position.
That is right. Man, he was a rookie last season. And
Yes, he
now
was.
he's up here running amongst some of the best in the Extreme and the Cup Series. And so is Devin Smirker, Ethan Kurtz, Mike Rominger, Tyler Sifford, Keith Haney, Bobby Cheney's down to, Mr. Consistency for him. Well, and I'm going to give you credit on that, Ryan. When you said that one time and came up with that is a fitting name for that man, because he is consistent. Every time he turns around, he's in the top 10.
I think we came up with that in the preseason for last year, too. I think I said that.
Something like that, or, it was something, yeah.
I think I recall
consistent.
being... Yeah, well, I recall, I don't know if that was the first interview we had with him, or if it was something that he might have said to one of the admins over the race channels, and I just happened to hear it, but he said his goal coming here to ExtremeMotorsports99.com was to just be consistent, and that was what he prided himself on, was being consistent, and I just eventually coined the phrase, Mr.
Absolutely.
Consistency.
Well, if we can go back now that we do see it here on the screen, folks, and we'll touch on it, because I like to let the admins call it and do what they need to do, even though we have info to hear from the iRacing chat, and we can hear what drivers say. I can't. Ryan can. I have it turned off, but even though he can hear what they say and whatnot, I still like to want to see it on the track first before we make any assumptions or anything. Yes, Tom Whitmore is back in 18th spot. Unless he just has a jetpack on the top of that car and could fly over the field, which, hey, could happen. Never know. I think him doing the trifecta might not happen.
Yeah, that's gonna get pretty close to putting the nail in the coffin on that one, unfortunately, and just definitely, it's like you said, he had such a big run on those new tires. I really think it almost looked like in front of him, the 2 and 42 might have had to slow up just a little bit, being on those older tires getting in the corner. He didn't have to on those fresher ones, just slightly made contact with the back of the 42, sent him around. That brought out the caution, and as per the rules in this particular league, if you initiate the contact and you are the car at fault, you will be given an EOL.
Yep, absolutely. And that's basically what I wanted to see, what they were going to do. Let the admins review it and let them look over it. Because you're right, that is the rule here. And from our angle, obviously I have different angles, and by no means we don't call the action or whatnot. We let them do it there in the booth and what they need to do. It's unfortunate on his end because he has a bad, fast car, and he has nothing to hang his head on, because he's done a tremendous job. I mean, he had it. He was right there. I think it's just pit strategy, really. You got to give it to Jimmy Mullis, Tyler Laughlin, Jake Nichols, David Smirker, and all those guys in front of him. Pit strategy, probably just, he didn't think about those guys taking 2 tires like that. Even though as dominant as he was early on with staying out, like you mentioned, Ryan, yeah, maybe that pit strategy, and he thought, well, I had enough time maybe to get up there, and old tires versus new tires, I know, and sometimes they just don't work out for you.
Yeah, that's for sure. And, I think one of the reasons is perhaps I think Tom might have been more willing to make an attempt at the 2 tires if he had tested it earlier, but he stayed out so many times that he was just basing his knowledge off of the older tires. Jake Nichols, we don't know if he took 2 tires earlier and he was running mid-pack, but obviously him, Jimmy Mullis, the 51, heck, even the 26, had the confidence, or at least the assumption that maybe 2 would work just long enough to keep them up front, and it looks like the 2-tire strategy could be what pays off for the win here tonight for one of those 5 or 6 in the near the front.
Well, who's your favorite out front? Or who's your favorite?
Oh, well, I'm going to go with the dark horse here. Of the top 4, I'm going to go with Devin Smirker.
right.
Missed the race at Daytona. We saw him last week. We got the opportunity to talk to him last season in preseason. Was unable to run last season here at Extreme Motorsports 99, and he's been able to keep that 26 machine in the top 10, if not the top 5, the entire night. So I'm going to go with the dark horse pick in that 26.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what. Well, yeah, that's a good pick. I like that. He's going to have some bad, fast competition to get around, though. He's got to get around that Jimmy Mullis, number 40, Tyler Laughlin at 51, and Jake Nichols is a 73 there. Superman's amongst them. So, folks, let me throw another scenario down. The top 3 guys, well, they're all pro drivers.
Yeah, there's that, too. Oh,
Well,
I said earlier I was a genius. I called it the 73 was a tribute car to Montoya.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, hopefully tonight he can put that tribute in Victory Lane, or at least put it up here on the podium finish. Pace car is about to duck off into pit road. So here we go. Caution comes out at this point. So next lap, folks, it's over with. It'll be a lap 74, 77. So let's hope we can get this thing to lap 77 here. As Jimmy Mullis, the man out front, he fires through the gears, taking off in turn number 1. Tyler Laughlin right there behind him. We'll look at Jake Nichols, though, on the back deck lid. Behind him, though, you said Devin Smirker. He's looking strong. Ethan Kurtz is right there with him, though, also.
Yeah, and it's a 3-car battle up front. Devin, got tight coming out of turn 2 there. Ethan Kurtz taking evasive action, and that 26 is going to fall back a little bit. But right now, the battle is for the lead here with the 40 and the 51 battling hard as they go to turn 3.
Well, you better look out. The number 3 boy's trying to bring it to the front. He won the Coca-Cola 600 in real life. He moved that thing right up in the 5th spot and is coming in a bad, fast hurry. He might be on new tires and might have just enough time to run these guys down up front. We're going to have to see. That's Richie Evans, folks. Right now he's in 5th. He's all over the back of that number 2 machine of Ethan Kurtz, who is sitting and having a wonderful race so far, sitting in 4th. Right now, the top 3 are spread out a little bit, and they are all freight trained here as Jimmy Mullis is going, please just hang on for another 3 laps, and I'm going to take another win here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com.
That's for sure, but Tyler Laughlin would love to see not a caution at all. Oh, the 3 cars in the grass. He's wrecking down the back straightaway. No caution. Wow.
If he stays off the pavement, it's going to stay no caution, so it stayed caution right there free. As Jimmy Mullis still the man out front. Tyler Laughlin's got his hands full with the Superman. He's flying at Cape High. He loves 2 tires. He loves a loose car. Ryan, we're coming to lap 76 to 77. We're going to have one more time. After this, going to be the white flag for that number 40 machine out front. The season opener at Daytona winner here in ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series.
That's for sure, and Jimmy Mullis is loving what he's seeing behind him, seeing that 73 keep applying pressure to the 51 of Tyler Laughlin. Both of them, as you have said, the 40 and the 51, battling to try to be the guy that gets the second win of the season. Right now, that is in favor of the 40 of Jimmy Mullis as they come into turn 3 here. Jake looks like he's maybe quicker than the 51, but may just not have enough time here as we're coming to the white flag.
Well, you remember correctly, last season he started in the 30s and he finished 3rd. Same scenario, started 37th tonight. He's sitting in 3rd spot. It's a one thing to catch a car, another to pass it. Right now, white flag this time by for that man, Jake Nichols, looking on the inside up there. And you're right, Nancy Whitmore. You got nothing to be unhappy about, and very proud of your boy out there, Tom Whitmore. He gave it all. Very consummate professional out there, owning up to what happened on the track, and definitely, man, he ran hard in that Dre Broadcasting machine number 6 all night long. But right now, Jimmy Mullis is hoping to hang on to this thing for one more time around here, as Jake Nichols is right there in 2nd spot.
Yeah, and they're still battling hard for 2nd there, but Jimmy Mullis is going to bring it into turn 3, and I'm going to let you take it from here, Joe, as we're coming to the checkered flag.
Yes, we are. Right there, Jimmy Mullis coming out of turn number 4 here, folks, as he's heading into it for the final time, coming down the straightaway here, lap 77. He won at Daytona. He proved I'm not just a plate track ringer. I came here in Indy, and I'm winning here tonight with a Superman flying behind. Jimmy Mullis takes the victory here tonight at Indianapolis at ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series here. Awesome, awesome race here all together. Your top 3, though. Jake Nichols is going to be in 2nd. Tyler Laughlin sitting in 3rd.
Yeah, great job up in the front by those front three. It was a great battle there at the end, but congratulations to Jimmy Mullis. We saw him lead early, fell back in the early part of the race. Tom Wetmore led a big chunk of the middle here, but Jimmy Mullis got that lead back when it counted most, and it's going to yield the second win of the season for that 40 team.
Absolutely, and look at that. I think it's his teammate right there, the 51, Tyler Laughlin, coming up congratulating him there. As always, that's an awesome thing to come here and do. It's win here at Indy. He's done it at Daytona. He's done it at Indy. Man, I tell you what, that is awesome to see right there. And Tyler Sifford, Mr. Popular, well, he was able to bring it home in 4th spot tonight. Devin Smirker right there bringing it home in the top 5 also. Man, around out to come in the top 10. Keith Haney there in 6th. Ethan Kurtz sitting in 7th. Bobby Cheney, Mr. Consistency, running in 8th. Ryan Keith 9th. Bryce Senesac around the top 10. But man, what a race here as Jimmy Mullis pulling this thing off tonight. And Ryan, we also got to think about who you want to bring up as our 4th place person.
Well, I'm thinking the 4th driver I would like to get to talk to is Devin Smirker. We haven't had a chance to talk to him yet this season, and you were right. He brought that machine home in 6th. He actually got passed going into turn 3 on the final lap by Keith Haney, who had a whale of a charge in that 24 machine, giving him the top 5 here tonight. So I think Devin should be our 4th driver.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. I'll tell you to bring him on up here. I'll let you get a talk with him in here and get going, and we'll awesome. That's all I got to say. I mean, as that man burns them down right there, the number 40 machine, as Ryan's getting a bunch of guys up here in the staging room for us here, folks. What a barn burner of a race. It was awesome. Yeah, it had some cautions. It had some drama here and there. Tom Whitmore was dominating in fashion in that number 6 machine all night long. Just got, little contact late in the race. Unfortunate happening there. Owned up to it. Constant professional there. Great sportsmanship on his end. And, it got mirrored back in traffic and whatnot. But, man, awesome pit strategy by Jimmy Mullis, Tyler Laughlin, and Jake Nichols out there to pull out a 1-2-3.
That is for sure, and I've got these guys ready to go, and I'm going to pull up Devin Smirker. Devin Smirker, this is Ryan Daniels in the OSR Network booth. Do you have a copy?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing pretty good tonight, man. We saw you be really strong all night long in that 26 Elvis Budweiser machine. Able to bring it home in 6th here tonight. What did you have to do on that final restart to throw your name into the hat to try to get the win here at Indianapolis?
Well, I tell you, I was a part of that cluster, that giant wreck on the restart. About halfway through it, took out about 10, 15 cars. And some guys never recovered, but luckily I had my tow remaining. And just after that, we had a caution with about 28, 29 laps to go, actually. And we were getting about 25 laps of fuel. So I came down with 1 to go, and there's about 26 laps to go, and we were going to try and stretch it on fuel, try and snooker them, and had a caution that came out about 5 laps into that run, so that threw it away. We had some fresher tires than the other guys, obviously, so we stayed out, restarted 3rd, was able to hold on to 4th there. Had a caution with about 15 laps to go, and took 2 tires and was able to stay up there. Almost got a top 5. The right side was pretty beat up on it, so the straightaway speed was hurting a little bit. Had fun racing with 2 of Ethan Kurtz there at the end. I don't know if you guys are able to see that, but we ran each other down to the inside wall. Pretty crazy stuff. And then Keith was I think Keith had 4 tires there at the end, and he was coming hard, and I wasn't too thrilled about the idea of racing him side by side through 3 and 4 coming to the checker. So I just kind of let him go and took the points. Had a good run going at Kansas last week and had a little net code that ended our night. So it was important for me to get points tonight, and that's what we did.
Well, you definitely look like you got a lot of good points up there tonight. And is there anybody you want to thank for bringing that number 26 machine home in the 6th position tonight?
Yeah, I had Connor Okresic spotting for me. He's a super late model driver down in the southeast area. Good kid, 15 years old. And thank you to Taylor Hurst, the driver I'm sponsoring in the Peak Series. He helped me out all night, learned some driving tools from him, and was able to hang up there with some pretty fast guys. And ready to go on to next week and try and get some more points. We got some ground to make up from Daytona if we want to make it into this chase. So we're ready, and we're gonna go try and steal a win.
All right, Devin, we congratulate you on the really good run in the top 10 tonight, and we hope to get a chance to talk to you very soon.
Thank you, guys. You guys do a phenomenal job.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Sorry about
Very happy driver there.
It was, and you caught me with a cookie.
Well, while you enjoy your
Oh.
Mrs. Fields cookie, I'm going to pull up Tyler Laughlin in the 51.
Oh, man. Sorry about that, folks.
Tyler Laughlin, this is Ryan Daniels in the OSR Network booth. Do you have a copy?
Sir, Ryan.
Well, Tyler, we saw a very intense battle there in the final laps between you and Jake Nichols. What did you have to do differently to catch the 40 of Jimmy Mullis?
I needed the race to stay green. I couldn't race that setup on cold tires. It was just I couldn't get the car to turn like everyone else could. So I just needed about a 10-lap run, which is what it was, and I was praying that it stayed green right there, and that last caution just ended it. So there at the end, I just got tight on the cold tires and hit the wall, and Jake got by me there. I didn't want to block him after last week, so I didn't want to cause any trouble there. So I just let him have the inside, and we raced it out. But yeah, Jimmy had the better car on cold tires and pulled away from us.
Well, we saw you be strong at Daytona. You won last week in Kansas, and you're coming out of here tonight with a top 3. Good string of runs so far this season. How would you describe your first 3 events here with ExtremeMotorsports99.com?
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. The front top 10's been real competitive, like the racing has been. It's been actually really clean in the top 10. And it's we could just get a couple more guys to get their stuff sorted out, then we could put on a really good show here. I know Rick and them are trying as hard as they can, but I'm having a lot of fun with all the boys over here and learning some new guys, meeting some new people, making some friends. So I've had a great time since I've joined.
All right, well, we thank you for coming up here and talking with us. We congratulate on the 3rd place finish. And is there anybody who you would like to thank or talk about before we let you go down to the Cup lobby?
I'd just like to thank all you guys for broadcast, because you guys did a phenomenal job. And everybody at the head of Extreme with Rick and Ken directing these races, they do a phenomenal job too. So I just want to thank all y'all.
All right, well, thank you again, Tyler, for coming up here and talking with us, and congratulations on the top 3.
All right. I don't have any Joe cookies in my mouth now. We're good.
All right, well, I'm going to bring up Jake Nichols, and because you and him are best buddies, I'm going to let you talk to our 2nd place finisher.
All right, good deal. Jake Nichols, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, I do.
I'll tell you what. When we interviewed you before in that 73, you was kind of unsure about what's going to happen. Man, look, you came up here, you fired back, took 2 tires on that last stop right there. I know you say you love a loose style race car. You don't really like a lot of tightness in it. So I know 2 tires loosened it up for you. Maybe brought it in the way you like it. Just maybe ran out of time just a little bit there. A 2nd place from 37th starting position. Not bad of a night for that 73. How's it feel?
It felt good. Finished 2nd. I'm just glad we finished one clean towards the end there. We just need to keep racking those up. But when you guys interviewed me, I think I was 17th. We stayed out the next caution and just went for it from then on. Then most of the field took 2 up front, but we had the worst left side since we stayed out the caution previous. So I was just hanging on that last restart and got past Tyler there because he got the wall. So came out 2nd. Good overall finish after starting 36th plus 34. So pretty good race overall there. Good points day for sure, so that'll put us up a little bit further up compared to what we entered this race from, which was I think 11th. But the 2 tires kind of loosened us up, but it's more I was just trying to grab the rumble strips on the bottom just to loosen the car up more, because once you hook that it'd loosen up. But it loosened up a little bit with the 2 tires, but not as much as I was expecting and hoping for. But just ran out of time to catch up to Jimmy there.
Absolutely. As always, we still call you the Superman here. You've done miraculous things. There, I get the word out eventually. Here in that car, and it's awesome to see. And I was telling Ryan on that last restart, I said, wow, Ryan, look, the top 3 guys, they're all pro drivers. I said, that's just phenomenal. The amount of talent that has come over here in Extreme is awesome to see. The amount of everybody that is stepping up here, and to be able to come out here, it's getting a little harder to work for the wins and all, but it's good racing nonetheless, and good strategy calling on your end there to bring that 73 home. And second place tonight here in Indianapolis for Extreme Motorsports 99.com Cup Series. You got anybody you want to thank out there for this?
Zero Gravity Racing. Of course, the Solar Flare bunch. We still hang out and have some fun. You guys for putting on these broadcasts, of course. Extreme Motorsports 99 for the league that we run in from week to week. The fans, everyone that's watching. If we didn't have anyone watching, we wouldn't have a broadcast, and we might not even have races going on. So thanks to them for tuning in. Once we got going there at the end, then we got a good race. So hopefully everyone enjoyed it. I enjoyed it once we got going after those cautions. But looking forward to Charlotte in 2 weeks.
Yep, absolutely. Well, you were firsthand. You remember, I was telling Ryan, I said, remember last season, Indy? That was a bizarre one. And I know you remember, so it's just Indy. I think Indy just breeds that kind of racing. Plus, the Cup car's not an easy car to handle.
Yeah.
But y'all did a wonderful job out there. Awesome race. Exciting here. Hey, and you came from 30-some position to finish second. I'd take that every day of the week.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, congratulations again. The Superman folks, Jake Nichols here, bringing home a second place here tonight at Indianapolis. Congratulations again, Jake.
Thanks.
All right, Ryan, I'm going to run on down here to Victory Lane because I know a happy man who was a Daytona winner. And another one here, he's in Indianapolis, so he is a two-time winner here in the series of Extreme Motorsports 99.com. That'd be one number 40 machine of Jimmy Mullis. Jimmy Mullis, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
What up, Joe?
Well, I'll tell you what, you're the man right now. That's all I got to say. 2 wins so far in the season, and it seems like you and your teammate, y'all just trying to come in here and wash up all the competition because y'all doing a tremendous job. Great pit strategy there to get you out front, though, and to stay out front and command that last restart there to get the win here at Indianapolis for Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Here in the Cup Series, man, it's awesome. You won at Daytona, now you're a winner here in Indy. How's it feel to be a winner tonight?
It's awesome. When I was practicing earlier tonight before the race started, I thought it was going to just be really, really tight and just, hard to handle all race, and it was going to be a dogfight. And it was. And then after we got all those cautions and everybody started, getting damage and stuff, luckily we got the yellow there at the end. I wasn't going to make it on fuel. So I pit and didn't know if I should take 2 or 4, but the left sides weren't worn that bad, so I took 2 and, was able to stay out front, which I think is it's awesome. I really have enjoyed running in this league since I started in Daytona, and have 2 wins 3 races into the season is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's Daytona, a season opener winner. That's a prestigious track. And then now you're a winner here at Indianapolis, which is another prestigious track. And in 2 weeks, we go to Charlotte, which is another prestigious track. So can you just take all the glory tracks here this season? I mean, you got a bad, fast machine.
That's the goal. I mean, I want to win everywhere, obviously. But yeah, it is cool knowing that I've won at the 2, big stages so far this season. Hopefully I can carry the momentum on to Charlotte. Charlotte's one of my favorite tracks, so I feel like I'll run pretty solid there. And just looking through the schedule right now, there's, a lot of tracks on there I feel like I could contend at. And going into tonight, I really didn't think I would, so, you never know.
Well, I'll tell you what, if coming in tonight, man, you didn't think you was contend, give me some of half of that talent you got there because I need it. That's an awesome, because you are the winner here tonight at Indy for Extreme Motorsports 99.com Cup Series. Got anybody out there you want to thank for that?
All my boys back at J Shores Motorsports for everything they do for me, and also Adam Gillen tonight, as well as Tyler Laughlin for hanging out in the channel and just, racing with me and making it a good time. And also you guys at OSR for the great broadcast once again. Everybody that watches on YouTube as well. It's awesome.
Well, absolutely. It's awesome to see you guys out there compete in the level of competition that is brought over here to ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and the Cup Series has been phenomenal because we started with 40 cars tonight, and you survived it all here. 77 hard-fought laps here, bad fast, and a bad fast machine out there in the number 40. Tonight's winner, Jimmy Mullis, folks. Jimmy, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, Ryan, let's go down to the race results order because it's a big one. Jimmy Mullistow pulls it off here tonight's win tonight. Jake Nichols, the Superman, followed in second. Tyler Laughlin right there in third. Mr. Popularity himself, Tyler Sifford, pulls it out in fourth. Keith Haney in fifth. Devin Smirker right there in sixth. Old Mr. Consistency, Bobby Cheney. He's being consistent still. Staying the course like he is, just slow and steady. Finished up in seventh. Ryan Keith there in eighth. Oh, look at Brian Johnson right there in ninth. We didn't talk to him much all night long, but cracked the top 10. And Ethan Kurtz right there rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, Bryce Senesac, we got the opportunity to talk with him there later in the race, able to come home 11th. Nick Hunt in 12th. Matt Walzenbach rebounding from the earlier incidents we saw him in, started 34th, finished 13th tonight. Good run by that 29 machine. Travis McDaniel, like you said, with the number 8, didn't really get a chance to talk about Travis tonight, but he brought it home 15th. Mr. Extreme, Mike Rominger brings that 4 machine home in 15th. Tom Wetmore in 16th. James Haney in 17th. Patrick Mallett in 18th. Rainford Brown in 19th, and Richie Evans going to come home in 20th.
And in 21st position, old John T. Wimmis able to fire back there a little bit. You have a pretty good finish tonight. And Delonte Ballard, 22nd. James Thorndike, 23rd. Alan Gilliland right there, 24th. Davis Richards, 25th. Aiden Young, 26th. William Hale, 27th. Justin Gable, 28th. Alan J. Elwood, 29th. Blake Reynolds rounds out the top 30.
Yeah, 31st was Nick Northrup. 32nd was the 81 of Daniel Haney. 33rd was David Shutt. 34 was David Elliott. 35th was Mason Wetzel. 36th was Ethan Lane. 37th Cameron Hearn. 38th Mike Franklin. 39th Cody Pace, and rounding out the field in 40th with some connection issues tonight was Tyler Ducharme.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, wow, that's a star-studded field, and it's a big one. 40 cars started here at Indianapolis Speedway for the iBog, iRacing overlays and graphics here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and they did a heck of a tremendous job. A few cautions here and there, but that's Indy, and that's the Cup car. But nonetheless, Jimmy Mullis pulling it out at the end. Tom Whitmore gave it all he had to do the trifecta and definitely had a dominating car and that number 6 Toyota Dre Broadcaster machine out there and looked good. And Jake Nichols firing back from 30th some to pull it up to finish in second. Good job on his end. But got to give a shout out to our OSR Network title sponsor, TN Designs, Racing Designs and Graphics. If you're looking for some iRacing paint jobs for your cars and make them look pretty, or if you're just looking for a league logo or whatnot, check out the guys TN Designs on Facebook, tndesigns.weebly.com. And with that note, Ryan, got any final thoughts for tonight's race?
Oh man, I just want to say how exciting it was to be up here tonight. A lot of great action here tonight, despite the cautions. You know, we talked about it. I think we saw 10 cautions last night in the Xfinity Series. I think it was about the same here tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I know we had said 9 at one point, so about the same in both races in terms of the yellows, and a lot of great competition. We saw long runs out here, saw some different leaders, and just congratulations to the 40 car on the second one of the year so far of Jimmy Mullis.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan, as always, it's a pleasure, man, to call these races with you and to have all these viewers out here watch these awesome races. And it's a pleasure to see the amount of talent and all the drivers that come out here week after week for ExtremeMotorsports99.com, because it is a pleasure, man, to sit here and call this, because it's just awesome and fun to do. With that said, hey, we got Hardline Racing tomorrow night. Check us out over here at OSR Network. Them guys, man, have got some Xfinity Series racing going on. And I believe we're at Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. So check those guys out. And I think we got TRRL truck race after that. But until then, folks, tomorrow night, check us out here at OSR Network. I'm Joe White with Ryan W. Daniels up here in the booth. Everyone, have a good night.